Yink, welcome to Visiting Wobs are having a wonderful day on this 13 February 2025. I know we just saw the Opalai resume battles. We just saw the rank. I'm gonna be doing a quick tire talk. For that, I just want to brush my hair because they're a freaking mess, and I want to check out the dailies because the dailies are pretty much done. As you can see, we're doing super well. Perfect. I always want to make sure that we're doing okay. If anything else, we're doing okay, right? Because then we have a guild, and we have to make sure that we're doing good. There you go, easy peasy. Ooh. Okay, wait a second. Okay, so I got 5. Okay, perfect. Nice. Okay, good. So now that's okay. So we're gonna be doing a quick tire talk. We don't got much to talk about, but still. Um. You know what? We'll keep it. We'll keep it there. There you go. Okay. I've already chosen the video that we're gonna be watching tonight. The video that we're gonna be watching tonight is from a channel called From Suits to Boots. I'll get you the title because I like watching a video in the background. Today we do have a little bit of work to do because we're back on social media. Why aren't you charging? I also need the. You guys are gonna be impressed with the content today. We're taking a new direction with the channel. We're taking a new direction with the channel that it's more sporty, if you may, and you may. Okay, so maybe you aren't what I think you is, which actually means that I only have one charger. Is a really good way to check it out. Yeah, we're gonna be starting to do a bit more of a working out channel. It'll be a lot more of working out. Got a couple of surprises for you guys. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please, dude. I don't want to buy another one. That's a problem. So you're able to charge. So the problem is from the watch, and not from the charging. Well, the watch has been there for a shit ton of time. And nobody to go. Maybe then you know me. I'm so. What do I have to fix? Oh, I just have to fix a. I just have to fix a watch, a smartwatch that I already bought. So because we already bought it, we don't need to buy another one. However, it doesn't work, I'm fucked. It's not a big deal, but I'd like to fix it. Okay, lost in Alaska. Okay, so now what we're gonna do? Not Christian. I already know the video I'm gonna be watching. It's a nice little 2 hours video too. It's Suits. Okay. Space. Oh shit. I have wrote boost. It's boots. No. I don't have my glasses and stuff. Yep, we found it. It's a 2-month-old video. Okay. I can tell there's a lot of ads, guys. I've been watching it a little bit, and there's a ton of ads, but it's okay. Au bout des doigts.
PC simplifie votre vie.
Okay.
Même les jours où le sol est en lave.
People have been talking a shit ton.
I'm a brand new farmer, and I just bought a 150-acre farm here in Minnesota.
Chem bracket.
We have no experience farming, but we just, we knew that farming lifestyle is something that we wanted to really commit to. So we've got 150 acres total. That includes 80 acres of tillable land. We've got 60 acres of pasture and 10 acres where the home and outbuildings are. What's really cool is we have 2 rivers
16.
that run through the property. They're both stocked with trout and just crystal clear water, spring-fed streams here through the valley. So the 8 acres here that we have in the farm that is tillable is broken into many different fields. Some are 5 acres, others
24.
are 7 acres, and then some are 20 acres. The nice thing is they're all pretty
24.
The area that we live in is pretty rare because of the hills that we have. Usually a lot of farmers are
24, we said 25, yes.
on some pretty steep hillsides. So we got a lot of pasture. There's 60 acres total. Several pastures make up that 60 acres. They're all fenced with gates, so the cattle can be moved around pretty easily. A lot of it in the future is going to be able to be turned into tillable land, but for now we're going to be renting it out to a farmer who's got some Red Angus cattle until we're ready to either do our own cattle or turn it into that tillable land. Okay, so we've got a bunch of
Dude, from Suit to Boots.
One of them is this whole shed. This is where all the equipment is stored or will be stored. There's no door.
It looks good.
Door, so things are gonna get dusty. It's a dirt floor, but it's some place for now where we can store equipment. So we got the planter in here right now. The kids' toys are in here, and the tractor normally would be in here. It's at the shop to get some work done. But good sized building, tall ceilings, so we can fit tall equipment in here. Should be good for now for some equipment storage. One of my favorite buildings on the property is the old barn, and it's just got such a cool look to it with the old ceramic block foundation. There's water in the barn. It has a lot of cement, which is nice for feeding. Let's go up, and I'll show you the hay mow inside this barn.
You gotta do it, gotta sell snow, which is nice. Whoa.
So just an old barn. some feed bunks in here too for the cattle, which is nice, and it comes right off the road, so you can just pull in, bring the feed or the hay or whatever it is you're feeding them right in there, I suppose. So over here, there's a smaller barn, and I'm assuming this was maybe it was a hog barn, because there's some doors on the other side that are a little bit smaller, and we may be able to use it for something in the future. So there's some half doors over here that I think were probably used for
What was this?
hogs or something at some point. And then the final building is just a machine shed here. It's an open front building that we're going to be able to store more equipment in, just to keep it from getting rained on and snowed on.
So what I could do.
So our plan is to take 80 acres that are currently tillable and plant beans this year. It was all corn the last many years. So what I'm understanding and
So what I'm thinking is,
replenish the soil with nitrogen.
maybe not nearby.
The goal is to get 57 bushels per
But
acre
somewhere.
and get $12 per bushel. My whole goal with this farm was to learn how to farm, spend time with my kids, and pay for the land. And so that's really all we're trying to accomplish with that, at least in this first year. And then we can build from there. We could increase the tillable acres. We could decide to do cattle on the 60 acres of pasture instead of renting it out. I know we could make a whole lot more if we had our own cattle, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna maybe learn. Maybe we'll do it in the future, or maybe we won't. We'll just stick with crop farming, just for more of a lifestyle that allows for it. In the future, we may take some of the pasture land and turn that into tillable. So maybe when it's all said and done, we have 130 acres.
The problem is,
To increase the farm.
it's not charging.
So down in this lower field, we probably had 35 or so acres, and it's split up into two fields. There's an easement road that goes right down the middle of the two fields.
So if it's not charging, it's not gonna go.
So we've got dirt in between the corn rows where we're.
And there's no sign. There's no sign that it's charging.
All the residue in the field, but this is the only field that has any residue in it. At the moment, I have no-till coulters on the front of my planter, but I don't have trash whippers or roasters. I'm gonna have to figure out if I can get those in time to plant, or if I can try to plant this without trash whippers. One of the first things I had to do was buy a tractor. So I bought a 1999 New Holland 8160. This is a two-wheel drive tractor. It's like 100 horsepower. So it's not super powerful, but if you buy the really big ones, they get really expensive. So this is a diesel tractor, which most tractors are. In fact, probably all tractors are. I don't know. I've never done this before. I don't even know what size it is. I just know it's got 100 horsepower. We've got weights on the front. That is so that if I have some heavy piece of equipment in the back, the front end doesn't come off the ground. I have no idea if you want to see the inside, but let's show the engine. Here we go. Yeah, here it is. Pretty straightforward. It's just a big old engine. One of the things we got to do to this tractor, one of the major changes I need to make, is that the tires are not set up for my planter. And you might think like, well, what does your tires have anything to do with your planter? Here's why it has to be set up correctly. That planter has 6 rows. They're all 30 inches apart. And
I don't know what to do.
if the tires are set up where they're going to drive right over the row where I'm planting, it's going to compact the soil, which will make it harder for that plant to grow. I think that's why this is an issue. And so we've got to move the tires in so that they're exactly 30 inches or whatever the measurement's going to be off of the center, which will put them right in between two of the rows.
Okay, so I have an idea, but it's risky.
One of the rows, which is not good. Let's see, the rear tires are full of...
The idea is to get
So the reason they do that is to, I think, keep the center of gravity lower.
I'll show you.
If you're driving on a hill or you're doing whatever, it's less likely to tip over and kill you. I think that's why. I could be wrong.
We have this.
Probably because for traction,
It's not charging, so it doesn't come on. Fuck.
back from the added fluid, it's gonna help us get traction
14.
in the rear, drive wheels.
This is not working either.
Let's move inside the cab here, and I'll show you what I got going on in here. One of the things I liked about this tractor is all the glass. Like it's glass.
However, we do have something that could work.
So really good views, as you're able to look around and see everything that's going on. When we get in the tractor, I mean, this is a 99, so technically it's pretty old, but it's got a lot of cool modern amenities and features, like I've got a radio in here. I've also got air conditioning. It's got an air ride seat. So as I'm bouncing through the field, it's going to keep me comfortable in the seat. And then it's got what's called power shift, which is just like an automatic transmission in a car. There's no knob I have to move. I just push a button and it's going to shift I don't think that's supposed to move like that. Maybe it is. But it'll shift gears by just pushing buttons. Then I've got all my knobs for the different things going on in the back. So to lift and lower, for all the hydraulics, to run my planter. This turns the PTO on and off. So as I pull this up, the PTO will spin. It's got windows all over the place. This back window opens up like that, so I got great ventilation there, or I can get access to things if I needed to. And it's just a nice, modern tractor. I even have a shade for sunny days to keep the sun out of my eyes. So, frankly, I don't know what else to show you.
Please tell me you didn't break.
A lot about this thing yet. Hey, it's got a
Miracle, you didn't
wheel,
break.
And we've got gas and brakes.
Miracle.
So how much more complicated could it get? Oh wait, I missed one thing. One thing I forgot to show you. Look, my tractor even comes with a sunroof. Time to put the boots on, and I'm going to show you the new planter that I just bought. It is way more complicated than I thought, so let's go take a look. Alright, so this is the second big purchase that I made. And keep in mind, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm a brand new farmer with zero experience. I had no idea that planters were so complicated. I just figured you filled it with seed and it put it in the ground, but there's a whole lot more to it than that. So this here is a 2012 John Deere 1750 conservation planter. I guess let's start with the top. We start with the front boxes here. There's 3 of them.
I'm trying to change.
These boxes are where the fertilizer goes. So when you plant a crop, we can't just rely on the soil to have
sockets,
to get that crop.
which we're charging.
Fertilizer. So what happens is the fertilizer will go into this box, and the way you get them in the boxes is through this big giant auger in the top. So I didn't realize this when I bought this, but I'm going to have to buy another piece of equipment that will have an auger on it from a big storage box that will pump the fertilizer up into the black box on the end. Then there's an auger inside this tube that will then distribute the fertilizer into each one of these boxes. So as I'm planting, it will then drop fertilizer and dig it down into the soil. The way it does that is through these fertilizer discs in the front. That's the first stage of the planter. There's almost what looks like an upside down hatchet, and that is going to drop the fertilizer in from these tubes, from those boxes. It drops down in, and then as the disc opens the soil, it will drop the fertilizer into the soil.
Good.
What's really cool, and I didn't know this, is that you can't have the fertilizer too close boxes. If you can imagine.
It's good. Watch.
This little guy right here, which is called, I don't know what it's called, but what it is a vacuum disc. And so what's really neat is the seed goes down in here.
This is not it. Montre.
Each one of these holes. Why? Because there's a vacuum being created through this hose.
Okay.
Just like your vacuum cleaner. It'll suck through these holes and suck a seed up against that hole. Then as
Better
it
watch.
spins, it will hit a notch at the bottom, and then it will drop down through here and down into the ground through a seed chute or whatever you want to call it. How does this go back together? Is that, no, that doesn't. Oh boy, okay, I'm gonna break something. Okay, there we go. It's just like a puzzle, I guess. All right.
My thumb.
Easy. At the same time, these discs are
24 hours earth rate monitoring.
shape that you see. It's opening up the ground like a V so that seed can drop at the right depth. There we go. These wheels are what determines the depth. So there's a setting in the back here, a little arm.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this one.
I can control the depth of the seed on each row. And so
Perfect.
the only downside to ripping this thing out is that right now that well feeds my barn. Right over there, the big barn. So I gotta figure out how to get the water that used to go from the well to the house to over.
Now we have to check out this. Nice, okay.
It's hard to believe that the people who we bought the farm from, they raised their kids in this place. I think they had at least 3 kids, and it was just tiny. They had an awesome view out the back. So here's the house that they ended up building and that we live in now, and just this amazing view of the entire valley. So he's almost done. Take a look. Oh yeah. March of snow. Well, I want to show you one of my favorite things to do on the farm. Oh no, I think it collapsed from the weight of the snow. Yeah, that was a heavy snow. Let me show you. So this is our portable sauna. All right, let's see if we can get this thing. Oh boy. Oh, the whole chimney just fell out from the wood stove, so we're gonna have to put that back in. Let's see. There.
Champ de pratique, on s'en va surprendre ma tante. Livraison spéciale pour Manon.
Raphaël.
Pas pire, hein? Tu fais le rasage de ton oncle. C'est pas de sa faute, c'est son rasoir. Il a besoin d'un gilet Labs.
Gilet Labs?
L'expérience ultime de gilet. Ça barre exfoliante libère les poils coincés. Je peux les éliminer en un seul passage. En plus, ça réduit l'irritation. Nouveau rasoir pour mon oncle Claude. Gilet Labs, la perfection au masculin.
When you're able to take the next step and invest in yourself and your future, that brings a ton of security. Definitely something we never thought we'd be able to get if it wasn't for the home buyers plan.
Find out if you qualify at canada.ca/everydollar. Les céréales Mini-Wheats, nourrissantes et faites de grains entiers à 100%, elles ont une teneur très élevée en fibres. C'est la super bouchée pour les super journées.
Yeah, that was a heavy snow. Then we got the spark arrestor thing. That's gotta go back in there. There we go. All right. Now we gotta get a fire started in here. We got paper, we got all kinds of stuff. Stick some wood in there. Break it up a little bit. Let's close the door. Been here for a few months now, 5 months now, and I'm starting to take for granted the views that this farm comes with. It's just unbelievable. All right, we're starting to get some
I got 4:30 to start
All right,
work.
we're gonna let that cook for a few minutes. We'll go back down to the farm and get Ellen, and we'll see what she thinks.
I want my battery to be a bit more charged up. We just bought a watch online. Because the
Well, that's opening.
we're gonna start making videos. They're a bit more. Well, the channel itself is gonna be a bit more. How can I say that? They become a bit more
Whoa, it's so
sports
warm in here.
centered or health centered. Okay, good. Of course.
You take back in.
No, do it slowly.
No. I don't want to. What do you think about that? No! No! No!
Okay, so first thing we gotta do is make sure it runs good, is all set to go. So we're gonna flip the switch on, throw it on our back, and fire it up to make sure it's all warmed up and accelerated. We gotta blow some fuel through the line first. Alright, now she's primed. Is it bad that I just got a little lightheaded from blowing and got stars in my eye? A lot of people ask how much it weighs. Without fuel, I think it's like 47 pounds, so it's not bad. There we go. Gotta get all the straps on.
That's super cool. Present choice. Vanilla custard. Madagascar vanilla. Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's awesome. I love flying really low, especially in the Midwest when the corn is at full height in the field and I just cruise the top of the corn. It literally feels like being a bird. It is the closest thing possible to actually being and flying just like a bird would fly.
All right, so I just got a call. Oh, they just left a message. This is the implement dealer where they're fixing the tractor. Let's see what they have to say.
They're working on your tractor. You could maybe just unscrew that coupler for the case string so we can match it up so we know which one to install on your tractor. That'd be great. Any questions, just give me a call.
They're working on my tractor. They're doing a bunch of work. One of the things they needed to do was put a case drain on it, which I guess it's for the hydraulics for the planter. I don't know. It does something with the fluid, and so it needs one. But the actual fitting is on the planter, so we got to take that off and drive it up to them. So I got some wrenches. I'm assuming one of those will work. And now I got to figure out what's the case drain. I really don't know. Got a bunch of zip ties on here holding these together. Now, there's some lines that are going down here. Okay, that's some kind of, that could be it. No, I don't know what that is. Those are some other lines. It says mark press, so that must be for the pressure. So we got a pressure and a return. We got C press, so that's something else. Let's see, there's two more. We got another one that says something return, and then I'm thinking this. Okay, yeah, so fan motor case drain line. The hose must be connected during fan operation, or fan motor failure will result. So I guess what we need to take them is this fitting right here. So I think I'm gonna need to take this off. That's what they wanted me to do. Let's see what we got. Let's see if these fit. Oh, look at that. We got a fit. Let's just check the 22 as well. Ooh, that's even more of a tight fit. And it's a longer wrench, I think, so use that one. And then this big guy and the big one. I'm a little nervous if I take this off, all the fluid's gonna leak out, but I don't know if I have a choice. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. There, that wasn't too on there too tight. So if we take that off, is the fluid gonna pour out? Nope. Perfect. So we gotta run this up to the implement dealer because they need to know what fitting this is to be able to put the other fitting on the tractor to plug it into. So let's go do that. So what are some of the other things they're doing to the tractor? They are narrowing wheels of tires because they're sitting up too far for my planter. They're putting a power port, I guess you'd say, on the dash for the planter monitor, which tells me what's going on with the planter as I'm planting. But that needed power, so they're putting that in. I feel like there was some other
Brave new
stuff
world.
they were doing. Oh, there was just a couple. There was like a leak on the fuel tank. It just was like a rubber thing. They were putting a new fuel cap on the fuel tank. Just a bunch of little stuff. I could have done some of it, or at least tried, but I was so busy trying to get the planter ready that I just didn't want to mess with it. So, especially with the wheels, the tires, they're fluid filled. So they have so much weight to them that there's no way I could have moved
Sorry.
them, even if I could
Pass
have
the
jacked
issue, bro.
the tractor up. And they were pretty rusty on the axle, so it would have taken a lot of work to get to move those wheels. So I just decided to have to implement, do it, and take care of it. Because we are getting close to what could be planter season. I'm thinking depending on the weather, in 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be planting, and I have never even hooked up the tractor yet, as far as like full hookup. One other thing we've got to figure out soon on the tractor planter setup is right now when I hook the planter up to the back of the tractor, it's pointing down. It's like tilted down, which means I need to raise the hitch point on one or the other or both to be able to be level. Because they say, I think you should be pretty much level or maybe even a touch high so that all of the planter parts work correctly in the ground. All right, so I'm just going to run this inside and give it to them so they have it, and I'll be right back.
Le super solde à la grandeur du Canada se termine mercredi chez Léon. Épargnez jusqu'à 50% sur les meubles sélectionnés, jusqu'à 40% sur les matelas sélectionnés et jusqu'à 10% sur les électroménagers principaux sélectionnés. Détails à meublesléon.ca. Depuis des années, vous offrez votre chocolat Lindt sous une forme spéciale pour Pâques. Et lorsque vous sonnez la clochette, des choses merveilleuses peuvent arriver.
Maman.
Avec le lapin or de Lindt. Allô, c'est moi, ton cuir chevelu squameux qui démange. J'ai besoin de soulagement. Nouveau soin antipelliculaire de CeraVe, développé sans irritant courant, avec 3 céramines essentielles, de la niacinamide et du périthium de zinc. Maintenant, je n'ai plus l'air d'avoir de pellicule et j'ai l'air en bonne santé. Nouveau soin antipelliculaire de CeraVe. Marvel Ultimate, l'intégrale avec des bonus exclusifs. Le numéro 1 Spider-Man, $1,95 seulement. Il y a une détermination en chacun de nous. Elle est parfois cachée, prête à être révélée, activée. Un dynamisme qui nous pousse toujours plus loin. Une détermination qui transporte sans question. Le Honda HR-V 2025. Oui, c'est possible.
The tractor's sitting outside, so let's just go check it out. There it is. He said they got the wheels moved in, so now it's like in skinny mode. Look at that. All right, let's go take a peek. They moved the wheels in quite a bit. They used to be sitting out here, so it's in a good, I don't know, what is that, 4 or 5 inches? And they had to do the front too, and they put all new ball joints on because those were all loose, so that whole front steering was just so loose. Or now it's going to be ready to go, so that's cool. Same with on this side. It's got an all new ball joint, and then I think this joint is either new or they tightened it up somehow. And they greased everything too, so that's awesome. It's all ready to go. And they moved this in. And then, oh, look at that. They mounted my monitor for me. Sweet. Let's go check that out.
I'm sure this is the right video we upload.
They didn't use the mount I had. I bought this one thinking I would figure it out. But they must have had one. That's so awesome. And they even ran it with
'Cause I've had everything, but no one's listening.
So we're gonna be ready for planting.
And I broke heart on me.
I was a little bit overwhelmed by trying to figure all this stuff out in the short amount of time that I have before
Nope, it's the right clip.
So we can be watching
Same
this
time,
monitor
same thumbnail, that's
while
good.
We're planting. It's gonna tell us everything that's going on with the different rows and spacing and all that stuff. I have no idea how to use it yet, but we're gonna figure it out. So that's awesome. They also put a new because there was going water. I don't really know where it even goes. Wherever the hydraulic fluid goes, will be another port, maybe right there. We'll see what they do. But that's it. This thing's going to be ready to plant. So, well, we got the tractor back today. Just picked it up, and they are done with it. So we're going to take it back to the farm. It was not cheap. It was a little more than I was expecting. It's probably double than what I was expecting. Total bill for the repairs was $5,476.52. So it's a lot, but I kind of expected in farming things are going to cost more than I planned. And so that is the case, I guess, with this one. They did a lot of work to it, and it is ready to go now. So let's jump in and head back to the farm. Well, we made it through town, and we.
The tractor is probably going to be the most expensive.
I have a little orange triangle on the back. If I go under 30 miles an hour, and I'm on like a public road, but this thing will rarely leave my farm, if ever. And so I didn't put one on, and I'm just gonna try to sneak through town without getting busted. I did see a cop at the gas station as I was filling up, but they didn't say anything, so I think we're all right. This thing cruises right along. We're hitting 24 miles an hour, and I've got it in the top gear at full throttle. It's a little bit wobbly, and I think I must have a tire that's maybe out of balance or something. I didn't notice any like chunks in tires, like any piece of tread missing that would cause it to bounce. And I'm kind of watching the front tires, and they don't really look wobbly, so I don't know if it's a rear tire or a front tire. I think this tractor sat for a while. Maybe there's a flat spot in the tire. All right, well, we made it all this way. It's really not too far, but it probably took a good 25 minutes to get here. But now we are here. The tractor's a little bit muddy now. Hey, Tuck. Go up, pup. Well, there she is, all tucked away. It's a beautiful day, and we're getting close to planting season, so we gotta go get the planter ready. There's a number of things we gotta do. The most important one, or the one
I got
think
20
is gonna be
12 and a half.
challenging, is
Pretty
getting
good.
it level. So you can see right now, when you look at the planter, it's tilted down. We've got to get it to where it's level, because if it's not level, from what I am learning, the different things going on in the planter won't work if it's tilted. Like the rear closing wheels won't push the dirt back over the trench to make sure the seed is fully buried, and then you'll get plants that don't grow evenly. So we've got to get this leveled out, and the way that we're going to do that is a couple things.
So we start?
This hitch pin coming out of the back
I'm
of
gonna be
the
checking
tractor.
out.
See that there? I can flip
Ooh, the
that
market for 10 days,
around,
nice.
and it's got a little bit of a bend to it, so that'll.
I'm gonna check out
flip
the
it
guild
2
chat.
inches, and then the actual. This
Not a
one
lot.
right here has a couple of bolts on it that if I remove that, I can drop this.
Okay, so
down, which will
congrats,
also
Falcon.
give me, I don't know,
Splashbang, but I'd rather be
dimensions.
stable
So
than
we're gonna
champion.
do that and see if maybe that'll get us enough. I have a
Platinum.
feeling it's not gonna
60.
be
I don't remember. I wish I
enough.
could give you
So if
a
it's
medal
not, we're
each.
gonna figure that out. The other thing we gotta
I don't remember
do
writing
is-
that.
if you
Okay,
remember
so
episodes ago, I had
currently
gotten
one first in platinum.
from John
This time sitting 7th in
Deere
champ with
for
940
this row
wave.
right here.
Wow.
I stripped it out, and so we gotta put that
Golly.
in,
Congrats,
and
Falcon.
then put the, I don't
Shit,
know,
champion. Oh, it's champion. I thought it was legend. Okay.
back on. So
Okay,
that's what
good,
we're
good,
gonna
good,
do.
good.
Then we also
Platinum,
have to
right.
inside the box.
Rank
So we gotta
16.
swap out
300.
this.
Nice.
All these
The Black Hole just
discs
completed. Congrats,
inside
congrats. I'm
these
currently 16 in
boxes
champ.
inside the back.
19 champs.
Because
Nice.
each one is
Whoa, I wish I could give
holes
you
where the seed is. So these are the
a medal
soybean
each. Bunch of
discs.
beasts.
Right
Proud of
now,
how
there's corn discs
proud
in
everyone
it.
is.
And so we've got
Gets
to
a
swap those out
official
for the
diploma.
soybean
Handmade,
discs.
containing
Other
champion
than that, it
ever
should be
each.
pretty
Well, to suffice. 13 in legend.
close to ready to
468
go.
waves.
Then we're gonna
Where's the
go
vault?
ahead
Legend
and put
seems
the
so hard to
vault
reach.
and
Well, it's
we're gonna
extremely
test this thing
good.
out and see
I've only
what
done
it
harmonies,
does.
the quality
Let's
of
get to work.
life
So
things.
first thing is I took out these
Power got a
things
big
that are
buff last
holding this
update.
thing in
Ooh.
place.
Will be a while for me to unlock Volt. Yeah,
Flip this
same.
around.
Mode upon death and nuke upon death are
Okay,
both
so we're gonna
great.
flip it around.
I love that. We both have on at the same time. I was wondering if the game is fun enough to check it out at the same time. Sugar Second win first, then Demon Mode, then Nuke in that order. Okay, see, you gotta check it out.
So if I break
Legend
this
Wreck.
up, now
What?
I gotta put the pins back in to hold it in place.
Wave 242.
Be right in there.
Go with something else this time. Drop to 9th. All top
Come on.
7 were over 100k wave in my champ bracket. Yeah,
One.
it happens sometimes.
This one.
It does happen sometimes.
There we go. That seems like it's in there good. It's not a knot. That's the meat.
Like there's time where there's time. I'll be completely honest. With Sword, when I reached the champion, it was out of luck.
Sloped, and we're gonna need like a lot more.
I never reached it. I only reached it once.
A lot more. Actually, you know what I just realized? The reason the planter is up so high right now
is because I have it in like towing mode. And I bet if it wasn't in towing mode, then we'd be almost level. That's it. Sometimes you just gotta think through things. Why is it so high? That's why. So we gotta figure out how to get it out of towing mode. Because there's some pins, I think, that keep it up really high. There's always something to figure out. I guess it's a couple of different pins right here. So if I pop that out and slide it, that should be what I need to do to take it out of tow mode so that I can actually drop it all the way down. And I believe there's another one on this end. That one's a little, it's in there kind of tight for some reason. There it goes. And then we gotta try to hook up all this stuff to the tractor, figure out how it works. We also got some in here, there's all kinds of hookups.
Pay attention, people. In the floor.
Okay, so
Oh.
I got them hooked in. I don't know if those are the right ones to hook up to be able to lift it up and down. But that's what I need to be able to do. And now if I start up the tractor, this
Lazarus.
thing will drop down. So I'll leave you here and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna pull these things. There's these little knobs here that I think control the hydraulics, and we're gonna see what happens. Oh, okay, that was the auger. So this one is controlling the auger. The auger just moved and it dropped some dirt and junk out of there. Now, this one, maybe we'll lower it. Okay, nothing's happening when I'm doing this.
Okay.
It's doing it, but it's not
Hey.
doing it. I don't know. Something's not right. Nothing's happening. Now that one's going, but it's going super slow, and the actual planter's not going anywhere. Oh, something happened. Hope I didn't break it. I just heard a loud noise, and now it goes up and down. Watch. I don't know, how far down is it supposed to go? Let's go look at it now. I don't know if that's the right level or not. Is that how it's supposed to be? When I look at the seed
Fucking legend.
boxes, like the frame where it says...
Okay, so shield is at what? Shield is at...
Merge XP, right about there. That looks level. And actually, it could go down a little further too. So I don't know. But hey,
Shield is at...
this to the ground, and it looks like it's right.
R-
So that's awesome. Step one complete.
First
Okay,
rank
so next,
in
take these corn discs off and put
gold,
those discs in. Those are the
which
blue discs, and they're gonna
is
go right
a
where those
problem,
corn discs are. So we gotta
'cause
pop each
both
one of these boxes off like this, and then
Sword
swap the discs
and
out.
Shield are now
Looks like
in
I'm
plat,
just gonna twist that,
fighting
and the smooth
each other.
side is facing me. You can see the beam discs
Second
have
black
a
hole
lot more openings,
changes
'cause we're gonna be
a
planting
lot
more
of
seed.
things.
Okay, it shouldn't be as simple as that. I don't know if I should clean this stuff up or what, but I think that's it. Put the cover back on, and there, we swapped out one of the discs.
Volt,
And that's it. Now we gotta do the other 5.
on a very well, then it's
Alright, now what we gotta do is I got a new
that old
pin
Armory Power got a big buff last
for
update.
this side, right? Because I stripped this pin up. So the seed will
Quality
be in the boxes up here. It
of
comes
life
down
is
through
super
that back
important.
that we looked at, and then
IMO,
comes right down in here and gets
make
dropped
it
out,
more,
and this thing will push it into
make
the
the
ground. So I had
run
stripped this
more
pin out, so I need to get a
AFK.
new pin so I can put the other side of the disc on. So let's go get that. This one's reverse thread
Same.
too, so it's opposite. There we go. Like that. Then we gotta put in these little washers, which are actually
Haha.
spacers.
Hey, but fuck, I can't wait. The guy said Volt's gonna be a while for me.
The actual disc. We have
Remote upon death and nuke upon death are
also
great.
reverse threaded.
At
Now, we gotta tighten this down.
loading
Go ahead and put scrapers
those,
on.
I imagine,
Next,
paired
this big bad wheel.
up with the wave punishment
This,
it
should just
must
be barely touching
be
here
godly.
on the disc, and it's not
Okay,
even touching a
you
little
both
bit.
have on the same loading. I was wondering,
Just
you said you weird first
in order to move it in or move it out.
at GT.
I think
Great
upwards is just a hair
question.
closer. And then tighten it back down again.
Volt theme
Now it seems
to
to be kind of rubbing on
Volt
there
key
slightly.
seem
Here's
to be
the new problem
kind of
we
sparse.
found today. I need one more remote.
Legend rank. This one we have
Basically,
wave
one remote is
was
working
brackety.
the side markers up and down.
At
The
batch.
other remote is working the planter
Yeah.
raising and lowering,
Happens
and it'll work the fertilizer
sometime.
auger with this switch.
Lucky
The thing is, I don't need the
enough,
fertilizer augers
you
this
make
time.
it
What I do need is
to
this
the
one to be
next.
plugged in, but I don't have another port. This runs the vacuum on the
Grab
planter. So I don't know, could you add
the
a
relic
on here? Is it that easy?
and
I'm
hope
not sure. Maybe somehow
for
I can change
the
what's hooked up
best.
to this switch. Maybe I
LMAO.
don't need the fertilizer auger this time around. Maybe I can change what's hooked up
Good.
here so that it runs the vacuum. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. If I don't figure out this issue, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to hire someone to plant. I'm gonna have to get a different planter or a different tractor. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So we made a lot of progress today, but none of it matters. I can't figure out how to make the vacuum system work with this tractor. Today we gotta go get the seed. I just got the call that it's ready to be picked up. So we got the truck and the trailer hooked up, and we're gonna go pick up the soybeans.
I'm at 16. Oops.
So you do or don't know what soybeans look like? You don't? What do you think they look like?
At 16 on Champ with 690. But we gonna pretend the last
Champ de la pratique, on
zero
passe au train de ma tante.
is in there.
Livraison spéciale pour Manon. Raphaël.
Next day.
Ouh, pas pire, hein? Plus doux que le rasage de ton oncle. C'est pas de sa faute, c'est son rasoir. Il a besoin d'un gilet de lave.
Gilet de lave.
L'expérience
I don't mind that. It's just the same thing over and 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 over again.
En plus, ça réduit l'irritation. Nouveau rasoir pour mon oncle Claude. Gilet de lave, la perfection au masculin.
Ce soir, Alice s'est rendue à 4 fêtes de fiançailles. Elle n'en peut plus de se promener avec son sourire forcé. Voici un anneau, Alice. Relax,
And
lui dis-je le veux, à la petite douceur
6,
fritée. La
4
collation qui
for
est
me.
sur le piton.
While the Aztecs invented floating gardens, the Venetians struggled to grow food. If only they could have relocated the Aztecs to Italy.
Get a few rewards.
Swimming in avocados. Even today, Christina and her team try to keep up with compliance changes in 30 different countries. Thankfully, they now have
Nice.
one partner to do it all. Deal can hire
Give it all.
develop a global workforce.
But when I fall
Stay in compliance.
against the wall until there's not.
Alright, here we are. Wonder if they're inside these plastic totes. They must be.
The glass.
Here's what they look like, the soybean seeds. This green stuff is like a treatment on the outside. Oh, look at all in here too. Whoa, he's got a big shop in here. Yeah, see, they add
Glass.
something on the outside in that machine right there, and then they can fill the
Cannon
boxes, I think, from there.
broke.
That's ours. Maybe he's filling it right now.
654.
Hopefully my truck can handle all this.
What is it? 491.
Basketball.
The glass cannon broke at 13 flat with
Oh, nice. Love it. Sweet. I will wear it.
wave.
Thank you.
As you learn and everything, here's an army product book, so
Okay.
our economist had to make a couple weeks ago leaf diseases, and they talked about stages of growth for beans
Okay.
and corn, and you can look at the growth spacing and
Okay.
really all that too.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bobby. Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
go. Here's what $10,000 worth of soybean seeds looks like. We have 90 bags of Pioneer soybeans, and these are treated. Now we have to unload, so I don't have a forklift or like a skid loader or anything like that to lift them off. So we gotta unload each one by hand and put it in the shed until we're ready to plant.
This is so cool. It's very Pioneer.
All right, today is a pretty big day because we're gonna try to plant, or at least see if the planter will work by actually putting seeds in it. And I bought, thanks to one of my subscribers who commented, to not forget my seed talc. This is like lubrication powder for the seeds, and we gotta lubricate all the chains.
So the thing with this one is, we're watching a movie of his first year. We're watching a 2.5 hour movie, but there's a lot of videos.
Okay, well, some of the things we still need to do yet before it's actually going to be ready to plant is we need to fill the boxes up with seed and some of this talc powder. So we got to figure out how much talc powder to put in there. Then we need to set up our monitor inside the planter. That's going to tell us what's going on with the planter as we're driving along. And we need to test the planter. So we're going to drop it down on the driveway here, drive it a ways until some seeds start popping out, and that'll tell us what's called our population. How many seeds per foot? And I believe, I'll have to look at my chart, but I believe we're supposed to be at 8.6 seeds dropped per foot. I think. We'll check on that. But if there's a certain amount, and once we know what that is, then I can check it. Once all that looks good, we can actually get in the field as soon as we can figure out the final biggest issue, which is the vacuum system. Right now, it doesn't seem to be working. When I turn it on, it works. Things happen, but actually what happens in my tractor is whether you pull the handle to engage it, it just pops back out every time. It won't stay engaged. So I can't imagine I have to sit there and hold the thing. It's supposed to kind of lock in place. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Once that's all done, we can get in the field and give it a try. So, one step at a time, let's go get some seeds, some bags of seeds, and fill. Actually, before we do that, we should go figure out how much talc powder we need per bag. So let's go get the book.
My apologies.
Okay, here's our planter book. And so let's look up talc lubricant. Here we go, talc application rate. Refer to the following talc application rate charts for planting commercially treated seeds. Use this table. Okay, so I have 3 bushel hoppers, so I need 1 cup of talc per hopper every time I fill up the hopper with seeds. And I think we put it in there after I put the seeds in. I don't know. All right, let's throw 6 bags in here. Whoa, it's heavy. We're gonna drop the planter down so it makes it easier to fill.
For 12? Ink, just work, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
First bag of seed I've ever put in. Probably should be carrying a knife on me. How else are you supposed to? Yeah, I should carry a knife. I gotta go get a knife. multi-tool. Okay, let's see here. There they are, look at that. Cool. Okay, are we ready to dump on there? I don't know what's gonna happen. Let's just check that and see what it looks like when they're in there. Just want to make sure they all weren't gonna like fall out the bottom. Alright, here we go.
Looks like peas.
I should put some talc powder in at the same time and then mix it around. There's 1 cup. Yeah, so here's a chart right here. If we're doing 30-inch rows and we want 150,000 population, we're gonna have 8.6 seeds per foot. Seeds per foot, so we'll have to watch that when we go to check it out. Next row. Okay, so you live and learn, right? This is, just gotta read the bag. To open, pull narrow tape. I guess I don't need my knife after all. It's that simple. Try to mix some of it around? I don't know. Now that I'm a giant white powder mess, I'm gonna lubricate all the chains.
It's about bleeding, what the fuck?
Okay, there we go. Okay, everything's oiled, greased. The seed is in the seed boxes, the talc powder is in there. And we didn't fill the boxes all the way, but just enough to now test. But before we do that, let's go inside and set up our little monitor. So on. So now we gotta do setup select. And the high warning, 152, because I'm shooting for 150. Then we're gonna go low warning, 148. 40. I think we want somewhere between 140 and 155. Number of rows, there are 6. That's set correctly. The distance calculator, now that, I don't know.
This distance cal, this is the factory default, 7836. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna have to leave that where
It tells me I'm right.
Now split. He talked about that.
31. My split. This is not a split row planner, but if it was a split row planner in the 1631.
What the fuck you talking about?
My split on.
So I think that's at least set up now. Hopefully it'll work. So now the only other issue I have is when I'm running it, the hydraulic for the back does not want to stay running, and I don't want to wreck that.
Sammy.
So I'm gonna start this up. So I'm gonna drop the planter down, and then I need to start the back, but it doesn't want to stay going. So I get so confused by it, and I think we need to move to get the rope to get the seed discs to turn. Oh, I see seeds coming out. I think we gotta figure out why the vacuum won't keep running. Let's jump out. I think I sounded with my tractor more than the planter, but let's just look at what happened when we did that. There's seeds, but I don't see any coming out of that one. This one has a bunch coming.
That.
Oh, that's not bad. I don't know. Here, this one has a few. This one has 1, 2, but that's not 8.6 per row. Maybe it just takes a while to like get all the seeds. I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me. But still, I think the bigger issue is just the vacuum. Maybe I just have the hydraulics hooked up backwards. I can switch it around and see if it does anything different. Let's just try. Let's just see if that does any different. I hear it spinning again, but man, is it the right way? We gotta figure out what is up and what is down. This is lift and this is lower. So lift L, or no, L is lower. And then raise is pulling it towards you. Why is this so confusing? It doesn't make sense to me. There's a lot here I don't understand. Operating continuous flow hydraulic equipment. Okay, continuous hydraulic connected to remote valve coupler with the feed hose. Number 2, connected to the lower coupler, and the return hose connected to the upper coupler of the same valve. So is that how I have it now? No, I have it backwards now. So let's go fix that quick. I don't have it set up for continuous flow, I bet. Come on, there we go. That should be right. We're gonna call my buddy and see if he knows why it would be doing this. Why when I pull the remote to keep it in place to spin the vacuum, it won't stay, it just pops back up. Either something's not working on the planter or the tractor.
But she's the victim
The tractor that's the
in
issue.
this.
And I have a question for you on it that I'm hoping you would know, or at least could point me in the right direction. It won't stay in continuous flow mode when I pull it down. It won't stay locked in. It just pops out every time. Is there something wrong with the tractor, or when you're talking about the little knob on the back, one side is a turtle, one side's a rabbit, that thing? Yeah, got it. And I think it is turned all the way up right now. So, okay, cool. Thanks, appreciate it. Okay, let's go try that. So did you hear what he said? He thinks there's too much flow going through the lines, so it's just popping it out. So there is an adjustment. Maybe that'll be what it takes. Let's see. Okay, so it's all the way up to rabbit. Let's go all the way down to turtle, and then let's turn it maybe up to 1 notch. And then this thing, I have it turned all the way up. So let's turn it down. So that's all the way off. Let's open it just a little bit and see if that would be enough to fix the problem. Huh, that did not fix it. Dang it. Well, I talked to the implement dealer and they told me to make a couple of additional adjustments to maybe be able to get that lever to stay in place. So it's called a detent, so you can set the detent where it goes in or something. I don't know. He just told me to try this. You gotta adjust this. There, we loosen this nut like that, and then we tighten this somehow, and then we'll tighten it down. So we'll go back in the tractor and give it a try. I can't imagine it's gonna be that easy. So let's just see what happens. Oh, it's actually staying. So that was it. Okay, well, we got the detent thing to stay now, so at least it's running. The hydraulic fluid is running continuously now, but now I can't get it up to 8 psi. So I'm wondering if I move the tractor forward, that'll fill more of the bean discs with the bean seeds, and then that will create more vacuum, and I'll get up to 8. I don't know. Let's give it a try. So I gotta drop the planter down. So as this thing moves, those seed discs are turning and maybe picking up some more seeds. I would think that would be enough. We're running pretty close. It's at about 8 psi, which is where we need it, but it's like barely there. It's probably only at like 7.5. It's supposed to be at 8, so I don't know. We're gonna try to just seed a little bit in the driveway here. According to the soybean reference
my apologies.
guide, 30-inch at 158, we should have almost 9 seeds per foot. So that's what we got to go figure out if we're getting or not. Let's see what that looked like. There's no seeds coming out of this one. There's no seeds coming out of that one. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 8. That one looks pretty good. It's supposed to be 8.6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one, it's probably about the same. I guess it is dropping them. I just didn't see them. Holy cow! It might actually be doing it. Do we go try in the field a little bit? Let's go.
It's a good thing you tested first.
On the right or the field on the left? So we're just going to do a little bit, check the depth, the seed count. I have no row markers either to tell me where to go. So am I going to hit anything? Nope. It's good there. So I don't think I want to be on the inside of that row. I don't think I can drive this thing backwards. I'm just going to try to go backwards and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think you're supposed to drive it backwards. can go look to see what's going on out there. I don't see any seeds coming out of there. Oh, I see a seed. There's a seed in there. You see it? Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, there's some more. It's about 1.5 inches. That seems right. The closing discs don't really seem to be like closing this. Yeah. I can almost look down and see the seed in there. See that? So that's not good, but oh, I see why it's not closing it up. Because I don't have any pressure on my closing wheels.
Ah.
I forgot to adjust that setting. Let's go a little bit further and try it again. Looks like it's closing a lot better now. That one's only about 1 inch. It's not going quite far enough down. So I think I need this to be set a little further. Alright. I'm going to raise it up and make some adjustments.
It's complex, huh?
I'm adjusting all the pressure, the down pressure springs for the row units to get a little further in. And then I'm going to adjust
Okay, I can do
down
that.
height a little bit too.
Will you hear me eating? Sorry, guys. Some people won't like that, but fuck them.
Alright, we're going to try it again. The book said that each one of those little notches I just brought down should be 1/4 inch, so hopefully that'll get us where we need. My vacuum pressure was at 30, so I don't know if it warms up if it just gets higher. We gotta turn it way down. Nope, immediately fail. Well, we gotta go figure out that monitor. It says dist failed. So now whenever I plant, everything's looking good, but on the monitor it says DIST failed on all the rows. And so that's something about the distance, but I don't know what that means. So we gotta go figure out what that means. Oh, those eagles, look. There's an eagle nest right there. I don't think he wants us down here. He's freaking out. There he goes.
Avec le thé glacé Pure Leaf, vous dites non au faux et oui au bon goût des vraies saveurs de fruits. Oui au vrai thé glacé infusé. Oui au délicieux rafraîchissement. Il y a encore plus à savourer avec Pure Leaf.
Febreze. When you host, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door. Keep things fresh with Febreze Small Spaces. It's an outlet-free air freshener that fights odors for 45 days. So even after a big flush, you know your bathroom smells amazing. Pair with Charmin toilet paper.
Il se passe quoi quand vous optez pour un réseau de rêve après rêver? Ben de la joie. Bon réseau, bon prix, juste de la joie.
That all looks fine to me. I just think something's going on with the actual monitors in there. With these suckers, because that's what's being checked. Oh, that's right. It's this guy down in here. This wire watches the seeds go down, I think, somehow. But let's go see if we can do a little more research. One of the things I didn't know about this tractor or didn't know about this setup is that this computer, you've got to have a satellite inside the tractor, or a radar it's called, that works with the satellite to tell your system how fast you're going, because then it calculates what your population is and it gives you a reading. And the goal to get the most yield is to have like 145 to 150,000 population. Don't even ask me what that means exactly, but I just know that's what I was shooting for. But without a radar in the tractor, the system doesn't know how fast I'm going. And when I was first starting to plant, I kept getting like a error signal. Well, that's why. So basically what I had to do is figure out, I went to the John Deere dealer and got the whole manual for this computer and figured out I had to enter my speed. And so I entered in about 4 miles an hour, and then it calculates my population based on that. It's not perfectly accurate, so every once in a while I go out and I like clear out a foot of dirt and then count how many seeds are in there, and I need about 8.6 seeds per foot. Something, all my rows just failed. It's saying, why would all the rows be failed? That's not what we want. Why would, because my vacuum just popped off. Shoot, I wonder how long that's been off. I need to go see if there's seed in the ground or not. So sometimes if that handle pops out of whatever it's called a detent, if it pops out of there, then it's not planting. Because what happens is, there's a vacuum, that thing with the orange triangle, that's a big vacuum fan. And if that's not running, it's not sucking up seeds, and then it's not planting seeds. So we gotta figure out how far back that hasn't been working. Let's go back a little ways. We'll just see if there's any seed in here. No, there is no seed there. Let's go back further. We might end up redoing this row. Nope. Oh wait, there is seed there. Okay, good. So that means it wasn't very far, that it stopped working. Let's check here. There's seed. We know that's good. Keep going. So it really only might have been a few feet. Yeah, see, there's no seed there. Oh wait, what was that? Was that a seed? No. So right in here is where it stopped. Man, I wonder if I can just back up. Seed this part. There's no seed there. There's seed. So I'm just gonna put like a mark so I can see. Basically, I need to go back to that point. It's probably what, 30 yards, and just reseed that part. So let's try.
That's pretty interesting, but
The whole system back up like that, and then we're gonna back up and try to keep it straight.
the man versus nature.
Line that I made, probably somewhere right
You know?
here. There it is, right?
That's interesting.
Okay. Put it back and forward. There we go. Now we're back up to 100.
The actual content, maybe not, but the actual concept
I think
is.
if we're doing that, like if it's not planting, because that's about 30 yards of no plants times 6 rows. I don't know. Oh, like how often do I have to refill the seed carrier? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't. There's probably a way to calculate how often you'll have to refill the bags based on your population, how many rows you got, all that. But I haven't done the math, so I just kind of check the boxes every once in a while. And if they feel like they're getting low, then I just add. And every time I go back to the house, I get 6 more bags in the back of the Ranger, and I bring them back. So I always have 6 bags handy. But each hopper carries 2 full bags. So really 12 bags of seed for every time I refill, or to fill the hopper completely.
How long do you think it'll take you to fill?
How long will it take? Well, it's going to probably, that field over there took the first half of the day today, and I also did a little bit last night. So I think each field is pretty much going to take me half a day. Ooh, there's another guy planting way up there with a giant planter. I mean, if there's other guys planting, I guess it's the right time for me to be planting. I wasn't sure. He might be planting corn though, I don't know. So last night, right when it was getting dark, I was ready to kind of quit anyway. All of a sudden I looked back and I saw just a line of fluid behind the tractor. As I was driving, there was just like drips all along. It was kind of like shiny from the moonlight. I could kind of just see some liquid shining. Sure enough, I had a leak on the hydraulic system. It was just a simple O-ring, and it was easy to find, easy to get to. And then this morning, of course, first thing this morning, I had to run up to the John Deere dealer and get a replacement O-ring. But I popped it in, put it back together, and it's been good. So far, that's the only hiccup I've had with anything. Okay. Yeah, it's leaking. Hydraulic fluid all over the place. Yeah, so it's just, just dripping tons of fluid out. And it's right from the same spot that it broke last night, too. So it's not lasting for some reason. The O-rings are just like disintegrating. So is it just getting too hot or what? But it's basically right in this box, which this controls the flow into the vacuum. So you adjust it with this, and it's set really low. So I don't understand why it's getting so hot. Shouldn't be.
What's it? What is it?
Let's check the fluid level too to make sure it's not super low now. Yeah, it's a little low. It's like in between minimum and maximum, so we'll have to watch it. Make sure that we keep leaking. Maybe get some more hydraulic fluid. But problem is it's super hot right now. Not super hot, but it's hot enough to, well, I'm gonna need some gloves to work with it. But we gotta go back and get the other O-ring and then bring a 32 millimeter socket and then just replace the O-ring and then it should be done.
Sure.
It always happens like right when I stop too, it seems like. So maybe there's some back pressure or something that's happening. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But we also need to get more seed. So let's go get the Ranger and we'll bring those 6 bags up and then we'll get 6 more bags to have ready as well. There it is. That's the new O-ring. And I guess that's all we need, right? Did I say anything else? That seed, we got stuff to fix that. Should be it. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was a 32. Where did I just put the O-ring? Oh, it's in the pocket. So it shouldn't be on there very tight. That should be it. I don't know how hot it is still. It's a little one. Yeah, it just eats that O-ring. All we can do is just keep replacing them. At least they're cheap and easy to replace, but it's not that hot. The only thing I'm wondering is if I think this case drain that I had added for the planter is meant to keep it cool, I think, is what the purpose of it is. And if for some reason that's not working, I don't know how to know if it's working or not, but if for some reason that's not working, then maybe it's getting too hot. But let's just replace it now, and then I'll just have to watch it and maybe go buy some extra and have them on hand. Snug her down. That should be good. Let's start it back up and see if that fixed it. Oh wait, I forgot to plug back in the top right. There we go. Looking good. All right, now let's fill the seed boxes. Sure if I'm doing right is, should I plant the perimeter, like the outside rows first? Because those go in a different direction than the inside. And I planted the outside first, but now as I'm planting the inside, like right now, I'll raise the planter and then I'll turn around, but I'm turning over top of the rows on the end that I've already planted. So I'm compacting the soil. So is that going to be a problem? Is it going to be lower yield because the plant's going to have a harder time getting through in those areas? I don't know. Should I plant the insides first and then do the outsides last? But I think either way we're going to have plants that'll grow. It's just maybe they won't be as high of a yield because they didn't all come out at the same time because the ground is harder in some spots than it is in the other. I don't know. Those are all things I'm figuring out. There does seem to be like a decent amount of weeds in this field. The other field didn't have any yet, but this. So I think pretty soon after we plant, I'm gonna have it sprayed because I don't think we want these weeds getting out of control. But I really don't know what kind of weeds they are. My seed guy told me there's one weed, and we really gotta watch for it. And that's called, I think it's called water hemp. And that, if it gets above like 3 inches or something tall, then it can be hard to like kill it, and it can kind of take over the whole field. So I don't know if any of this is water hemp or not, but we'll have to check as soon as we're done with all the planting. We'll have to check into that. And now to go over this, you're going to have to pull that first lever back, and then you're going
Here, switch.
Told you.
Yeah, I forgot the name was going.
Champ de pratique, on s'en va sur prendre ma tente. Livraison spéciale pour Manon.
Raphaël.
Pas pire, hein? Plus doux que le rasage de ton oncle. Pas de sa faute, c'est son rasoir. Il a besoin d'un gilet Labs.
Gillette Labs.
L'expérience ultime de Gillette. Ça part exfoliant, anti-belle les poils coincés. Je peux les éliminer en un seul passage. En plus, ça réduit l'irritation. Nouveau rasoir pour mon oncle. Gillette Labs, la perfection au masculin.
Downy Light adds a subtle, fresh scent to your wash, unlike everything else in the world, which always seems to smack you with
It's Maple Bacon Musk.
nice, or smother you with margarita pool party. Oh, or explode with.
Oxyhydro Citrus Fresh.
So while other scents can overwhelm, Downy Light is a balanced, nature-inspired scent that's gentle on skin to breathe life into your laundry.
Well, we are now on the big field across from the house. The sun is starting to go down. We are wrapping up on day one. This is our first full day of planting. And I'd say we got almost half of the planting. I'd say we got a third of the planting done. And so tomorrow's supposed to be another really nice day. So we're gonna spend the day tomorrow planting all day again. And hopefully we can finish because then it's supposed to be several days of rain. So overall, everything's going good. The planter seems to be operating pretty well. I've had a couple hydraulic leaks with some O-rings that keep going bad, but other than that, it hasn't been too bad. Right when I was about to end for the night, that O-ring burst on that thing. So there's something wrong. This is the third O-ring now that's broken in basically a full day of planting. So I don't know what is going on there. That thing's getting too hot for some reason. I don't know if I'm able to figure it out. So for now, I think in the morning I'm just gonna have to go get some more O-rings and just have extras on hand because they're easy to replace, but it's just kind of annoying because it does stop me right in my track. So that's where I'm at. Done for the night. Tractor will just have to sit there. And we gotta make the long hike back that far, but hike back to the farm and call it a night. So we'll see you in the morning.
Well, good morning. It is day 2 of planting. I just ran up to the John Deere dealer to get some more O-rings. We got 3 because I keep blowing O-rings on the pressure adjustment valve for the vacuum system on the planter. And I think it's because it's getting too hot. You know, I have a case drain on it, which is what I understand helps keep the heat down, but it's plugged in, it's working, but it doesn't seem to be keeping the heat down. So I keep blowing O-rings, but I bought 3. That should get us through the day. Worst case, it blows. I just got to put another O-ring on there, and then between this year and next year, I can figure out why that's happening and maybe fix it. But this will get us through today. I think I can get everything done today. I'm about halfway through, I would say, with planting. And so we've got 2 big fields and 2
Bang cherry. Vanilla done.
Some hydraulic fluid because as it's been leaking, you know, it's slowly been losing hydraulic fluid. So I want to make sure we have enough to get through the day. So first stop though is in the machine shed.
My apologies.
On seed in the back of the Ranger so that I've got seed out in the field with me in case I get low. So that's what we got to do first. So step 1 is to put the new O-ring in because we got to get the hydraulic system warmed up so that the vacuum pressure is correct. So it takes a little bit of time to get that warmed up. So look at that, the O-ring, it's like melted almost. It's not even broken, but the layer came off the outside and then it's just very brittle and rough. I think it's just getting too hot. It's the only thing I can think of, but for now, a new one will work. Okay, so that's tight. Hopefully that holds for a little while. And then we should add some hydraulic fluid because I think it's probably low. Yeah, it's in between minimum and maximum, so let's just be safe and add some more. There it is. Nice high grade, high guard. Probably have to like run it before you check it. I don't know. We'll call that good. That's about half. Now, let's get the tractor running so we can get the hydraulics warmed up here.
New England at number 3.
There goes the vacuum, so you can see that fan's starting to spin, creating all this dust. That's the vacuum right there, that big round thing. So it's just a big fan that's spinning and creating pressure or vacuum. It's like creating a vacuum on the system to suck those seeds up out of the box, and then it drops it down in the hole. So let's check the seed rows from last night, what we ended with, and just kind of see how they're looking. So what I'm looking for is the number of seeds kind of in a foot long section, and then the depth as well. So I can see it's kind of
a lot of work.
Good. I think it's looking pretty good. Right here. All right, Leo.
My apologies.
All right, well, we just
My apologies.
the big field, so we're definitely over halfway, but I heard a clunking noise as I was coming back, and I got a chain that is falling off the sprocket right here, so I gotta pry that
No music,
out.
please. I got.
That shouldn't be too big a deal, but this one, the chain is gone. I didn't even notice it. At some point, I don't know if it happened today, but the drive chain is just gone. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones, so it feels like it shouldn't be that big a deal. There'd be like 3 out of 4 are there. It's not ideal to have one missing, I would imagine, but man, it would be a chore to put a chain on this, I would think. I don't really know. So I'm gonna try to see if it'll work without that chain. For now, we gotta fix this chain and get it back on the sprocket. Okay, the chain is back on, and I noticed that with this spring tensioner that tightens the chain, there was like 2 holes. It could either be in this hole down here or in this one. I put them all on the top because they were kind of loose. It seemed like either that was the wrong spring and it wasn't tight enough, or it was in the wrong hole and I had to like tighten it. So I did that. Let's see how it works without the 4th chain and go from there. Well, I got almost completely done with the big field behind me. I had like 2 rows left. And sure enough, I was backing up and forgot to lift the planter before I backed up. So guess what happened? I totally plugged all the planting discs, or the whatever those discs are called, and it's full of mud on all the rows. So I gotta clean them out and then go back down and finish that, and then I just have the 2 smaller fields on the far end of the other property to finish, and we are done with planting for the season. So I'm gonna get the pressure washer out and clean this up. Obviously the handle's broken. Yeah, she's just on full time. Alright, we're all cleaned up, and I got all the gunk out of there, but I noticed one of my wheels is super loose, so it's almost like about to fall off actually, so we gotta tighten this down and get that all tightened up, and then we should be good to finish up. Okay, everything's power washed, tightened up, and ready to go. The last 2 fields we got left, so hopefully we can do it pretty quick. Alright, we are on our final field, and this is the only field on my entire farm that wasn't chopped, so it was combined. So it's got a bunch of residue on it, and I do not have row cleaners. I only have holters.
Fucked up.
I wish I had row cleaners.
My fucked up brain and pills that I've been taking to accentuate the pain. To rebuild my own wooden home, the rest my felt frame. Cause they'll feel my tutor got into my brain. I also want to check out.
So we'll see how it goes. These things is where we adjust. And if I remember right,
Ouch.
minus pressure. So one for each row. I just gotta set
Guardian, okay. I like.
Last one. These springs are gonna push down on the row unit, which will hopefully keep that wheel further in the ground and do a better job of cutting. We'll see. I have no idea if it's gonna do anything. I did probably
I have to check out the Golden Tower.
There's the seeds. So they're definitely going in, and you know they're about 1.5 inches.
35. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That little guy, see that little one right there?
Still have a lot to do, work to do. But okay. Now what you need to do, you, this one, and this one. You're done. You're done. To say what I wanna say, do what's on my mind, be a better man. If I could learn to socialize, but I won't. Cause maybe one day.
Looks like it, telling me to look in the book.
Okay, good.
Error code. And so what's flashing is number 1, hydraulic lift system. It says section 4 is where everything is. So let's look at that in error codes and system troubleshooting. Error code 2 and 3, we have 2.
Okay, let's do this. 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 This.
Voici un petit montant gilet pour t'aider à tenir le coup. La collation qui remet sur le piton.
This. But maybe one day. Okay. Whoa. I got lucky. This my tag was at 1%. Got extremely lucky. Sadly, this means that I'm not gonna be able to do the Tower Talk right now, so I'm gonna have to wait. It's good. Okay, no problem.
But it doesn't tell me what the error codes are. As long as it's functioning correctly, I guess we gotta just keep trying. I was gonna try to shut it off and just see if maybe that would clear it. I don't know. Hey, look at that. It did. It cleared it. Just shutting it off cleared the code. So we'll see if it happens again and go from there. Well, of course the code came back on. So I just want to go look to make sure.
56.
Check the fluid level. That's what
It's
leaking fluid. That's not good.
Do.
Leaking though. I should probably shut it down because I don't want it. If it's leaking,
Don't worry, we're sticking to crop farming only for now. We're renting our pasture to a neighbor, so these are his cows. We just get to enjoy seeing them every day. Life is good on the farm until it isn't. We were having so much fun hanging with the kiddos that we didn't realize how fast the weeds were growing, taking over our soybean fields.
I don't know what this one is. And then we got this kind. These are getting pretty big out in this field. And there's other kinds, I just don't know.
Is this dandelion or is this something different? I mean, I don't
That's something
see
different.
the dandelion.
I don't know. It's not huge.
Okay.
It's not like that's. I would say the most prominent one is this guy. It's just small on the ground.
Yeah.
So we have 4 different kinds of weeds going on here. That looks like a different leaf. Or is that? That's a different leaf. So this is a different kind too, I think.
If we go down by the water, these two are for sure jumping in there.
Yep, there he goes.
He saw that water and he's like, all right. Oh gosh, Todd. Oh my. He looks like a swamp dog.
Right. What's your deal?
He's so nervous.
Why are you so full of that stuff? Oh my goodness. So, if we spray the weeds, I wonder if we're going to kill all the soybeans. Does anybody know? There you go. There you go.
Science, Grant.
Science. It is science. They breed these things so that they're resistant to certain chemicals, and you can use the chemicals to kill the weeds, but not the soybean.
So obviously the next thing for me to do was to convince my wife that it was time for me to buy another fun piece of farm equipment. Introducing the Hardy Navigator 1000. This weed sprayer on steroids holds 1,000 gallons of your favorite Variety Farm chemicals, has a 60-foot hydraulically operated wingspan, and can kill any weed you can throw at it. But it needs a lot of work.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff to fix on the sprayer. A lot of little things, but it just adds up. So one of the things we're working on right now is the foam markers. These
We're
things,
selling Cloud.
you put like special
Selling Cloud, I love that.
stuff in the system, and it'll put big foam tracks as the big arms are out, and then that tells you exactly where you need to line or where you spray, so that you don't double spray, right? You don't want to overlap.
We didn't really
because then you put too much
get the
stuff on
second.
that area, and you also don't want to miss a spot, or you'll have a big strip of weeds. But they were broken. This is just PVC pipe, and they were cracked. So I bought some new fittings, and now I just need to cut a PVC pipe the right length, and then fit that in here. So, and then kind of re-glue it all together.
What I would like to do after that is possibly perks.
Okay. Hopefully that'll work. I think next we need to check the hydraulics.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
This one is the up-down. That should be what we need to lift it up now, but I don't know what's going to happen. So let's start up the tractor, and I'll pull. We'll see if this thing will go up.
Black hole. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna be switching for the perks. For the perks, the problem with the perks is... Okay. Dude, that's so good. It's so freaking good. Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. I thought, okay, never mind. I thought it was I thought it was the total duration. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to upgrade it. The perks. I didn't think about it before, but it does make sense. Standard perks.
Marseille Ultimate, l'intégrale avec des bonus exclusifs. Le numéro 1 Spider-Man, $1.80.
Because it's better. The perks are gonna be upgrading everything. And they're cheap as fuck, so we're good. I know. I as long as I get... No. As long as I get to increase the Golden Tower. Now we're fucked because 4 are permanent. Golden Towers are permanent. Lab speed is permanent. Everything else is permanent. Now the perks, I don't know why I didn't do it before. That's way better. Alright, so way better.
Okay, so some of this goes in the tractor. Actually, I think all of this does. I'm kind of under a time crunch for spraying, so I'm not going to like mount all this. Normally you would mount it on the dash or like different places.
Now we're faced with a situation.
I'm just going to let it lay up in there. So we're going to figure out where the best spots are to put it. Oh, I could like
Guys,
tie it or something
we what?
for now. And this wire I need to run up to the front of the tractor.
You're missing one. We skip intro sprint. Yeah, let's do attack speed. Unlock this one. Yeah, we just spent 7,500 to unlock. We're gonna be unlocking the Berserker. Berserker is good.
We have water in there, so now we just need to
Berserker is really good.
hook up the pump and then turn it on. It should be that simple. Okay, so one of these goes into here. Oh, that's not good because it's the wrong fitting for this.
Okay, so now we're facing another situation.
No, that's the wrong fitting for that.
Yeah, 20.
The thing that stops us because one of these, I don't know which one it is the case drain. So it's a return line. That is not a fitting that fits mine. does fit just into a regular remote, so that's what I'm confused.
And that would increase
Let's just see what happens.
I'd possibly go with Fortress.
No idea what to do to get this sprayer to work. So the best option, start
Increase defense percent. Yeah, okay, that's good.
And when that didn't work, I figured why not try.
But I only need to 100, that's not bad. 40 of these bad boys, and we're done.
There's water coming over here.
So the pump's working, man.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, right, it must be.
Okay.
Yeah, so the pump's There's a valve here, but it's turned on to run.
Okay, let's go ink.
Spinning, turning, and then going into here, and then going that way. So it seems like the pump is running when I turn it on because there's pressure. But it doesn't spray up the sprayer, so maybe it does have something to do with the moving part, right? So maybe we do need to try that.
At this point, I thought maybe the sprayer had to be moving across the ground in order to activate the nozzles. So we packed it up and started down the driveway in motion. And after that didn't work, I decided to check my hydraulic lines to make sure they were hooked up correctly. Still nothing, so I decided to twist a few more knots.
Yeah, what was it?
I don't know.
Well, it's working now.
Look at that. I don't understand what I did, but all of a sudden it started working.
Now that I had used my farming genius to get the sprayer working, it was time to call it a night. Tomorrow was going to be the perfect day to start spraying, and we were ready.
Good news is we have little baby soybeans coming up, and it's pretty cool. Soybeans, the bean actually comes up. So that's this thing with these brown marks on it. It's actually the seeds, the bean that I planted. It comes up, and then it feeds the plant, and then it splits into 2 leaves. Then it will split again, and then it will split again. It just keeps splitting until it grows into a large plant. So good news is we have soybeans. They're growing. Bad news is we have a ton of weeds. They got out of hand. From what I'm told, this is shepherd's purse, so it's all winter seeds that they would have seeded last fall, and then over the winter they were dormant, and as soon as springtime they went crazy, and I couldn't find a sprayer, so they got out of hand. So I got a sprayer, and that's what we're doing today, is going around and getting control of the weeds. So hopefully it's not too late. I know some of you are going to freak out with how many weeds I've let grow in here, but it is what it is. Okay, so we bought a sprayer, and it came with foam markers, but they don't work. I don't have GPS. I tried to fix the foam markers. They still didn't work. Basically, there's a leak in one of the plastic lines, and so there's not building up pressure to make the foam. And these foam markers give me nice lines to like make sure that I'm not double spraying a row. Right, so I kind of can line my sprayer on those foam marker lines that it lead. Without foam markers, I have no lines. The other option would be GPS. I don't have a GPS. So, third option, every time I get to the end of a row, I stick a flag in the ground to show where I just passed, so that when I turn around, I line up on that row. Then, I'm using the old corn stalks, you can see here, in between the rows of soybeans. I'm using these old corn stalk lines as my guide once I'm lined up. So I'll go ahead and place a marker, and then we will turn the tractor around.
I have 01.
You can see I placed that marker right where I just finished this last pass. So now when I turn around, I'm going to overlap about 1 foot to 2 feet and head in the other direction. When I get to the other side, I'll place the marker again where I just passed, turn around, and I just have to do that on each and every pass. So here we go. I do have to try to maintain about 6 miles an hour. I have a little monitor here that tells me like my gallons per minute, how many I'm spraying, and that changes based on my speed. The faster I go, the more gallons per minute. So there's a smart computer in here that calculates how much there needs to be going out at a time. All right. Now we gotta go, I'm gonna go grab the other flag, and I'm trying to stay out of the area that I already sprayed because I don't want to get chemicals on my legs. And now I gotta put a flag on the other side, so when I turn around I know where to line up. Right about here. So when I turn around I'm gonna overlap that a couple feet and I should be okay.
must be halfway through because I'm doing two 850-gallon tanks and I just ran out of the first 850, so I'm filling up again. I gotta fill it with a garden hose because it's all I've got. So it's gonna take a little time to finish filling that up. So we need to fill it halfway, 425 gallons roughly, and then fill the other 400, or then put our chemicals in and then add the other 425 gallons of water. So in the meantime, let's go run and check our very first field that we sprayed this morning and just see if any of the weeds are starting to wilt. Because I was told that it should happen pretty quick, especially on a hotter day. So let's go run and check that out. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, look at these. They're already curling over. Look at all these starting to curl. Oh, that's not a soybean, is it? No, that's a weed. Okay, that scared me for a second. And these are starting to drop down. These are those pepper first. I think these are soybeans, but I just ran over those, unfortunately, and they broke. Some of them broke. Hopefully the rest of them will come back. All these
There you go.
soybeans have like white where I sprayed. That's not good. That's not good. I don't think.
What? Holy.
I wonder if I should call my seed guy and just ask him
Fuck.
before I spray the rest.
I'm only one away.
Honestly, I'm about halfway done and I'm filling up for the second time, but I went to check on the first field that I sprayed this morning. And all the soybeans have little white spots on them now where the spray must have hit them. Is that normal?
I guess it's two ways to look at it. If there was nothing in the sprayer when you got it, it's fine because the oil-based products.
Okay.
So it gets speculate as long as the growth looks healthy.
Got it.
It's just fine.
Yep,
So,
that'll be good. Thanks, Bobby. Okay, see you. Bye.
Champ de pratique, on s'en va sur prendre ma tente. Livraison spéciale pour Manon. Raphaël. Pas pire, hein? Plus doux que le rasage de ton oncle. C'est pas de sa faute, c'est son rasoir. Il a besoin d'un gilet labs.
Gilet labs?
Expérience ultime de gilet.
It's just, you see, this one we got it like 4 times nights.
Éliminé en un seul passage. En plus, ça réduit l'irritation. Nouveau rasoir pour mon oncle Claude. Gilet labs, la perfection au masculin.
I think they do. Siege. Something. A show?
Pour la gloire du sport, sois prêt.
A cereal?
I guess it's normal, so. The only thing he said is because I got this sprayer used, if it had some other chemical in it that those soybeans were not supposed to have on them, maybe it's doing it because of that reason. I don't know. If that's the case, if my sprayer did have the wrong chemical in it, I totally just killed my entire crop of 12 million soybeans, and it will ruin the whole growing season. So hopefully that's not the case. We're at about 300 gallons, so each one of these is 50 gallons. We need to get to probably another 100 gallons, and then we can add the chemical, then finish filling. I don't like the idea of pouring chemicals, but I don't have a choice this year. I don't have any other equipment to till when the weeds are, they got out of hand. So for this year, this is what I'm doing. It's possible that next year I'd look at doing more organic methods. I wouldn't be organic because I think you have to not spray for a certain number of years before they'll certify you organic. But I could start that process and use different equipment to get rid of the weeds rather than chemicals, which I like that idea a lot better. I just don't know anything about it. And like I said, the weeds are beyond what I can deal with right now, so. This is the only option we got. Okay. Now it's just one bottle of this stuff out of it. So we've got like 500 gallons left to fill. It's gonna take a while.
Eventually, we had the additional 500 gallons filled, and we were back in the field.
Unfortunately, about 20 minutes into our second batch of spraying, we were done for the day. I had turned the tractor too sharp, and the 3-point hitch arm clipped a plastic elbow on the sprayer pump, breaking it and sending a geyser of chemicals into the air and all over the back of the tractor. To fix it, I needed new parts, and unfortunately, there was no way we were going to get it fixed in time to beat the rain. So today we're going to try to spray the rest of the fields. We are half done, and there's a little bit of wind, which isn't ideal, but it's not too bad, and so we should be okay. The other thing we need to do is fill this freshwater tank. This is the rinse tank, and when you're done spraying, if there's some chemicals left in the tank, you can pull from here and then rinse the tank out in the field. The problem is it leaks right now, but I bought a replacement O-ring, and so we need to replace that as well. And then we're gonna be good to go to finish spraying while it's a nice day. Okay, I believe these are the O-rings. Here's where it's leaking, it's dripping, and then pretty soon all the fluid drips out when I fill this. So there might be some fluid that falls, but it should just be fresh water, because that's all I've ever put in here. So I'm gonna pull this out. And then there is an O-ring right there that I gotta get out. Like that, there's the old one.
Running it.
There we go. Okay, so let's stick it back in there. Let's see if that stops it. Okay. This in. There we go.
Sean.
Okay, that should stop it. We'll fill it up and see if it works. Let's fold the sprayer back up.
Evgeny.
Okay, we're gonna go down there. I think I ended, I had like 2 strips, and then we'll work our way that way. I think. Turn on. There we go. Now we're spraying, get us up to 6 miles an hour. Alright, it's working. We're overlapping good.
Good.
Just gotta keep it driving
Do
straight.
do do.
And it's not folding now.
Do do do.
It's always something.
Do do
It's supposed to work.
do. Do do.
They're plugged in. What's happening? Why won't it fold? It's worked like a million times. It's like this thing just quit. Power. That's going up and down. Come on, baby. Maybe the thing's not plugged in all the way. Oh, yeah. Just sloppy farming on my part. Is it so obvious? Oh! I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, it's true, I don't. I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay. Let's head up the hill. Or something else breaks. Well, we got a tree down here. I gotta go see how big of a deal it is. This, I don't think I'm gonna fit in between there with that sticking out. So I need to go, we need to get the chainsaw and see if we can cut these up. After spending some time with the chainsaw, cutting the way open through the path, we were able to finish all the spraying for the day, and round 1 of spraying all of our fields was completed. Alright, well the weeds are sprayed. We got it all done, and I think that gives me a few weeks where I'm not going to have to do much in the field. And honestly, one of the reasons we became crop farmers is because, and not like livestock farmers or other type of farmers, is because I think with crop farming, you've got some windows where you can go do some other stuff, and we love to travel.
We have our off-road truck, camping truck, and a camper. And then we have a home in Arizona, in Phoenix. And so we love to go out west, spend a little bit of time at our home there, and then get out in the desert, get lost, and just really explore out west. So we're going to do that for 2 to 3 weeks is the plan. But one of the first things we got to do is make sure we get internet. So I got the Starlink satellite internet thing going, and because I don't think I've shared this on our YouTube channel yet, is that we run an accounting firm for real estate companies all throughout the country, and we do all of their accounting for them. And so that is a business that I'm involved in to a certain degree and need internet for while we're on the road. So we got to get the satellite hooked up to make sure we got good, strong internet via Elon Musk. We are leaving on our trip tomorrow. We're going to be gone for like 3 weeks, and we got a little bit of work to do before we go. So I'm up early this morning. It's raining outside, but we've got to fix some fencing. And then secondly, we got to cut some trees up because we had a big storm the other day and a bunch of trees fell onto a fence as well as into the field, onto the beans, and so we had to clean that up.
Beans.
So, come with me this morning. I'm up early. It's wet and rainy today, but it should be fun. Here we go. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is grab some work gloves. Chainsaw.
Da-da-da.
Got whacked in the face. Like wrench. Now I'm full of mud, and this is what I love. The other thing we did before we left was did a quick aerial tour of the crops to make sure everything was looking good and the weeds were dying off from our first spray. For those of you who don't know, I fly a star motor where I can strap it onto my back, run it from the yard right into the sky, and tour the entire property in just a matter of minutes. The next morning, we were up early and ready for our trip, headed to Arizona, over 1,700 miles away.
Kids, where are we going?
And then where? We're going to Iowa to pick up a camper, and then where? Fun. Camp along the way. Our first stop, though, was to Des Moines, Iowa, to pick up our
Des Moines. I heard of Des Moines.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth.
Cheap.
Your perfect clean routine starts with Oral-B.
Do we need to use catchy jingles? That gets stuck
So.
in your head for weeks. We don't. Because when you're choosing an affordable internet plan, the obvious choice is Virgin Plus, obviously. Répondez à l'appel de la nature avec Blue Wilderness. Vous n'avez jamais vu un véhicule électrique comme ça. On s'en est assuré.
So we made it to Des Moines, picked up the camper,
and stopped at a camping supply store to make sure we had everything we needed to be fully stocked for the rest of the trip. Then, not too far down the road, we found a small little county campground that we could spend our first night in, get used to the camper, get everything set up, make sure we had everything before we finished the roughly 1,300 miles that we had left. I really try to use these opportunities to teach the kids how to do things. Whether it's on the farm or on the road, I feel like the more situations I put them in to figure things out and to understand how things work, the more equipped they're going to be as they get older to just be ready for life.
Wow. Crazy cute.
We didn't make a lot of stops on the way down and really pretty much drove straight through to Arizona. And it was a long trip, but we were happy when we arrived.
Hey guys, we took a video when we left Minnesota. Now we took a video right here.
1,755.1. Or 760 by the time we're done.
Wow.
1760.
We ready to be
6.
there, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go back.
What if we did just turn?
8 minutes, so yeah, 8 more minutes. Yeah, who forgot something? Me. No, we're gonna
Forgot my toothbrush. The first thing, of course, that we always do when we get to the house, no matter how late it is when we pull up, is jump in the swimming pool. The kids are always excited. And of course, in Scottsdale, Arizona, it is almost always perfect swimming weather. Unfortunately, the truck had some issues after we arrived, and I had to take it to the dealership, and it turns out there was some contaminated fuel that went through the system, and it needed some serious work done to it. So we ended up having to fly home, and wasn't ideal to leave the truck in the camper in Arizona, but it did mean we're going to have to go back down again later this summer and pick it up and drive back, where maybe we'll spend some more time in the mountains. As we were getting close to home, we noticed what looked to be a lake, and it's in a place where there should not be a lake close to our home. We heard about some rain as we were gone, but we did not expect this as we got home. We could literally see what looked like small waves on what used to be a bean field. As we got closer to the Root River, which is the main river that runs through the valley in our area, it was totally over the banks and just completely flooded. And so obviously with 2 rivers on our property, this river and one other, we were very concerned that our entire crops would be underwater and ruined for the year.
Wow.
Drowned. Put the chemicals in.
As soon as we got home, we jumped in the Ranger and started checking out the fields. First, we went to the lower bean fields, which are the closest to the river and would have the most chance of flooding. Everything so far looked dry. The beans looked really good. The further up we got, we started to notice some puddles, and were concerned that the river ahead was going to be overflowed into the field. But as we came around the bend, all we really noticed was a small puddle in the corner of one of the fields, only damaging a bit of the bean crop. We walked down the path to the river, and it was amazing. It was crystal clear and at its normal height. So it's funny how one river can be flooding and filling up an entire valley of water, while the other river is at perfectly normal levels. Needless to say, we were absolutely relieved to see that there was no flooding in any of our fields. Now that we knew the crops were good, it was time to do our second round of weed spraying, as they had grown up a bit as we've been gone the last couple weeks. All right, well, thanks to everybody for letting me know that I should have worn protective gear, because now I got this sweet face mask for pouring chemicals and a bunch of gloves from a friend, a farmer friend who was worried about me pouring chemicals without gloves. So we got all this protective gear. The skies cleared out and the rain stayed away, so we were able to get in the field and get our crop sprayed within just a matter of a couple of hours. All right, it's been a while since I've posted. Most of the summer has gone by, and check this out. Our bean fields are ready to be harvested. We got a neighbor actually harvesting their beans right now. From what I've been told, all the farmers around here who know this farm have said that this is one of the best bean yield farms that they've ever seen. So it should be a pretty high yield, and that's good because the prices are pretty low right now. They're lower than expected, right? I was thinking like $11 a bushel, and they're at like $9.36 a bushel. So a little lower than what we were expecting, but if we get the yield higher than we were expecting, then we should actually be better as far as income goes than we were expecting.
Yeah.
So these beans are ready. The only downside is some of them, they've actually gotten so tall that they've kind of fallen over. And talking to the guy that runs the combine, if he comes at them from the direction in which they've fallen, then it should help get underneath them, and we should be able to still get most of the beans. So we also dodged a bullet last Saturday because there were some pretty heavy storms that came through and brought some hail that damaged a lot of crops in the area. We got lucky, we had no hail damage, and I did not buy crop insurance this year just because I don't rely on the farm for income, and I just self-insured that way. And so you know, God bless us with no issues so far. As long as we can make it a couple more days without any damage to the crops, we should be good to go. Today, I've got to get rid of some trees that have fallen into the field. We had a pretty good storm this summer, and I came and cut the tree up, but now it's left in big pieces that I got to get out of the field so that the combine can do their job without hitting them. So that's a job for today, and then tomorrow we might be taking these beans out. So exciting day here on the farm. We'll keep you posted. So here's where that tree went down, and I cut it up into stumps. And it took out a decent part of this little area here, but I gotta get this stuff out of here so that when the combine comes around that corner, it doesn't nail these.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Alright, that wasn't too bad. So that's done, so we are ready as far as I know. Well, good morning. It is an exciting day on the farm today because we are starting harvest on our very first crop. The sun is up. We're just waiting for the dew to get off the field, off the beans, and I'm waiting for the combine to show up. We've already got the bean head. That's a 30-foot John Deere bean head there that will hook up to that combine. And then we also have this nice setup right here, which is a John Deere 7920, and then the Brent V700 grain cart as well. So the combine will, from what I understand, I've never been part of this before, but from what I understand, it'll harvest the beans, right? Pull the seed out of the pod, and then spit everything else out. And that seed will fill up in the combine, and then the combine, as it fills up, will fill this grain cart. Then the grain cart will drive up to a semi, which will be parked in the driveway in a little bit, and it'll fill that thing up. And then that semi is going to take it to Cargill, which is where we're going to sell everything to. Right, the combine is here. They got the head hooked up, and we are going to start in this field over here to see. I think they want to make sure that it's dry enough. So they're going to take a pass and just check the moisture levels, and then go from there. I got my John Deere shirt on, so we are ready to go.
I cannot do it.
Students with ADHD save 10 hours studying with this Chrome extension. But no, by all means, go ahead, skip the ad.
I am a scam.
Good, it worked. Okay, good. Just more so the... What the fuck music, dude?
Will be as soon as he's done dumping in there his last load. And then we're going to take that to the feed ranch. It's called the Walk On Feed Ranch, and sell that stuff. Supposedly they have the best prices today, cash out prices, and they're a little bit further away, so I got to pay for a little bit more in trucking costs, but it makes sense based on their current price. So that's where we're at. Nothing else really to report to you at this point, but hopefully we can just keep on working. The next field we're going to get into, the gate opening is a little bit narrow, and so I got to see if it'll fit. If not, I might have to bust a fence down to get them in there, but hopefully the opening's big enough if we can tilt the head on the combine. We'll see. Stay tuned. Let's see if he can get in. He's got a lift. Make it in. I think he's going to hit this pole right here. Hopefully it'll start going up because there's an incline. His tires will go up and it'll lift it up. Because right now, he's not going to clear that post. So he's going to hit this post. I'm going to have to take that post and that out for now, which is fine because there's another wooden post right here. I can just put the brace back in there to keep the fence tight. Should be good. That is a monster. Just gonna come in. We're gonna try to get before we cut this post and just see if we can come in a little bit more of an angle here. It's gonna be close. Oh man, look at that.
Begins the trouble.
Wow. Alright, I'm in the 7920 and I'm going to get spoiled driving this super nice four-wheel drive John Deere tractor, but I got to pull the grain cart up to where he is combining up there and park that up here. So they're going to take the first load in the semi down to the Walk-On Feed Ranch so we can get that unloaded and have him come back so we can keep going. So that's next.
Phew.
Just got back, or just left again after getting back with the semi with that first load. It took a little longer than they thought because there was some road construction, but they made it back and then took the second load just now and are hoping to get there before it closes at 6. But They said we had 11.7 moisture, which 11.7% moisture, which I guess the goal is to be as close to 13 as you can, but not over. So we're happy with that. It's a little bit drier than maybe that's perfect, but
feels good.
we're happy with it. So that's the first load, and now they're still up in the combine finishing this field, and then we're gonna try to get to this field yet before the sun goes down, so we got a little bit of time to be able to do that. This field is going to be a little bit more challenging than all the rest, not because the gate, the opening isn't wide enough like the others. That was a little bit of a challenge, but because the beans in this field have, in a lot of spots, started to fall down. I think what happened was they grew so dang tall, because this has been corn on corn on corn for so many years, that they just got heavy and started just laying down. Because it's not from, I don't believe it's from wind. The stems, like where they come out of the ground, those are all just fine. It's all just like they just started to get heavy and droop over. And I noticed this happening way before we got any kind of heavy wind down here. There's really only one storm really later this summer that would have even potentially had heavy wind, and these were already really like laying down before that happened. So the combine has to kind of try to get underneath them, lift them up, which means they can only kind of go in one direction in order to do that, which could be a little bit of a challenge. So we'll see how this field goes. The yield might not be as high, but right now they're telling me we're getting, in some spots, 80 bushels per acre, some in spots 70, which is great news, because I was kind of budgeting on what the University of Minnesota says is kind of a normal for Minnesota beans, which is more like 55 bushels per acre. So that's great, especially considering the price of beans has gone down $1 per bushel from what I had budgeted for at the beginning of the year. So I'll keep you posted. We're still making progress, and we hope to have this field done here before the sun goes down.
The army. Okay. More music. Would you go fuck you?
I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to doing taxes. It was very reassuring to know.
Oh. 20. Got about another 2 minutes. Okay. Here's a funeral.
Et sa batterie, une autonomie d'une journée.
Hey Leah. We just came to check out. We are almost done on day 2. This is the last field. All right, well, the sun is down. It's a little cloudy, so it'd probably be a little brighter if there weren't clouds. It's not that late. I think it's only 7 o'clock here, and we are just finishing just a few.
I heard something weird.
Hey, Leo. We just came to check out. We are almost done on day 2. This is the last field.
It's on the TV.
Down. It's a little cloudy, so
Not mouth.
it'd probably be a little brighter if
Sean.
there weren't clouds. It's not that late. I think it's only 7 o'clock here, and we are just finishing just a few more rows on this lower field, and we are done on our very first harvest for 2024. It's crazy how fast it went, actually. So we'll looks like he's coming over here with the combine, so we'll see if he's just going to finish this section or if there's an issue with it or something. Well, it turns out there's nothing wrong with the combine. He just wants me to be able to take it first. Still going pretty good. Everything's which side was it? The other side that was laid down pretty good. This side's pretty good. Right?
This side is good because it's not yellow is good, but that other side was really bad.
Okay.
He took it one way. He went down on that side and came back on this side.
Oh, sure.
And the other fields were, it's really tall beans.
Yeah.
They're hard to pick up. But, they've been doing good. So.
Now what we need to do, make a small video. Good. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to our show. Because you're doing well, having a wonderful day. My apologies, we're not in the same place as usual. We're in my apartment. You can see the workplace, well, the filming space, right? Here, we'll be doing a tower talk. The reason as to why is because I have a really busy day, really busy. As you can see, the sun is slowly starting to rise, which means we're going to be needing to do some videos. We're going to be needing to film, and I want to go out. But it also means that I have to have a full battery. Right now, we're at 70%, which is good. But if I don't stay here and I don't stay connected, I will not have 100%, which will mean that I will not be able to do everything. So today we're doing a tire talk on this 13th March 2025. We're taking notes for a show, which is shameless. Tired. So a whole lot is going on. We have some drama in the guild. Nothing too big, just a person. And I'll do it very quick because I don't think this has to do with the game. But with the guild, of course, you have... Oh, Pelai, I almost dropped the phone. Of course, you have different mentality, different kind of people, right? One of the person since day one, and I mentioned this before, they were very prone to having a more serious guild, which is great, a more result-based. I want to have fun. It's a game. Yes, it's a game where there's ranking. It's a game where it's me against other players, but still, right? So this person was prompting the making of a Discord server. That Discord server was only for the people. It was kind of like the way he wanted to do it. It was a privilege or a privilege, a reward for the people that did the most work. So you get to access the server. What about the other people, right? It was also getting mad at me for not kicking weaker member in the guild for a stronger member because he said if there's a guild war, we're fucked. Which he is kind of right, but there's no guild war yet. We'll face problem the day we face this problem, you know? So then I told him to stop pressuring people, and then he got mad at me. Release screenshots. Thankfully, the screenshot didn't mean shit. It wasn't being an asshole. People saw that, right? So, long story short, this person is out. The first drama, possibly not the last drama, there is on the tower. So, hey, that's life. There's a lot going on. So, first of all, we're going to do with my ranking. So, crown is rank 16. I have to pick up the crown. The rank 16, which is pretty freaking good. 90s, really, really good. I do not know what I'm going to do with the crown. Okay, so let's do the ranking. Let's do the playthrough. We're going to do it like that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the crown because I'm facing a bit of a stagnation, right? Which is my fault, of course. But still, people have been telling me in the guild to do longer run, which I'm trying to do now. We're at tier 9. We're at tier 11. But tier 9, I'm going to be able to do like 5,000, 6,000. VS, the tier 11, where I'm able to do 3,000. The debate that I have with myself right now is, should I do an ultimate weapon? Another one, because I'm only missing 2. I'm missing Inner Landmine and Dark Hole. Now, I want to keep those because again we have a we do have a perks that is unlock a new weapon. I don't really need it. However, there's some really good perks when you have Ultra Weapon Plus, so that could be it. The guild is going super well, as you can see. I'm asking people what is their rank. People are really partaking in the conversation, which is actually fun. The store now, the crown is gonna be the longest of the tree, because that's what I'm gonna talk about, right? We're doing really good. We're almost at the end of, my apologies, 50 bits. We're almost at the end. You see, this is the problem when I'm not on the crown, when I'm on the phone. So with this one, I'm gonna have to move it a lot. So it's kind of complex. The Guardian, we bought it. The Guardian sucks. I'm sorry to say, it sucks. However, there's multiple ships, and the ship one is a really cool thing. So the way I think it's, the way I understand how it is the Guardian is kind of like a second tower, right? And you got ships. Those ships are ultimate weapon. Those ultimate weapons, you can be increasing that. But right now we have 2, which is attack and allies. I don't see it doing much, to be quite honest. So we're going to attack on both the sword and a crown, and on the shield we did it with allies. That's pretty much it. So yeah, so this is it for the crown playthrough, of course. Now, on the other hand, we have the sword. Now, the sword and the shield, there's a huge updates. We got some great news. I've been playing a lot more lately. Because I've been playing a lot more lately, we ended up getting the 20th card slots, right? On the sword, I'm going to be buying. See, my problem right now is basic crowdfunding, something like that. I need it for the crown, and I need it for the sword. For the sword, this would be the best. So we just bought the card slots. We're gonna be playing a lot more. Do not worry. I think every single day this week we played for 4 or 5 hours, which is really good. The sword in itself, the sword and the shield, they have one similar. And I just changed it. I changed it like an hour ago. People have been telling me, hey, it's better if you do the highest wave versus the tier. So what we ended up doing was we switched it up, but then in the labs we have the perks labs. Now with the sword and the shield, we are having the same problem, which is kind of like not necessarily a huge problem, but it is a problem. So on the 3 playthrough, I have permanently 2 labs, lab speed, lab coin, right? Now on the shield and the sword, I have golden tower and golden tower, right? So I'm gonna do the base stats of the perks. Because if I can do more, I'll get more perks, and if I get more perks, I want them to be stronger. Super simple. The Golden Tower is level 15 on both playthrough, which means that we got 10 level, which means we're more than halfway there. The sword is not a lot of changes, to be quite honest. And the shield is the same thing. It's perks only. So yeah. Before we leave, let's check out the trophy. Sword, we got 13 platinum, which it doesn't beat last time 10, but it's okay. It's okay, doesn't matter. And for the shield, we have how much? Shield, we're doing good. We did first place, gold rank. So that's actually pretty good. Platinum League, no shit. So yeah, so this is pretty much it. We're gonna see how it goes. But so far, it's going really well. We're playing a lot more. We're changing the way we're playing, which is good, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, short video. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Oops, wrong button. Okay. Now you Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to our show. Guys are doing well, so having a wonderful day on this 13 March 2025. Once again, we are doing the notes. We're playing the 3 towers, which is great. The video of the night is my entire first year of learning with zero experience, which is from Suits to Boots, which is actually a really good show. It's a guy who starts a farm. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of cool because you think somebody. You're seeing somebody. It's weird because I was looking for something akin Outdoors Boys. It's a dude that was doing something else before he started being a farmer. Now the content is really good. It's really interesting. What I really like here is we're talking about the problem, the person, their struggles, the mistake they make. It's really cool. What I don't necessarily like is a bit corporeal. So when I think corporeal is YouTube didn't used to be a job, and now for a lot of people it is a job. So what we do have at the end is, please follow, check out the merch, which I kind of get. But at the same time, it's like, yo, you didn't buy the farm to do a YouTube channel, right? And if you did, well, anyway, it's my thing. Here's the sunrise. I got about 30 minutes before the sun gets up, around 30 minutes. So we're gonna keep on making some clips, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. Before I go, now I need to hurry, and connect you. 69, you got 47, that's not good. You're at 37, so I'm gonna do something a little crazy. A little crazy. The tablet, I do not need batteries more than 30 minutes. The phone, I do need. So we got how much time? Got 41. Okay, so that's about, I want to say that's about 20 minutes. I'll get it possibly to 70%. Right? So that makes sense. 30%, we'll see the sunrise. I'll go out for the sunrise. That is pretty much it. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna come back in. This morning videos are just answering comments. So it's possibly gonna be something around 2 hours, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, but still. And then I would like to make a cleanup of the apartment. So yeah, that would be something also. But mainly after this, I'm done for the day. Which is great. I'm already starting to feel tired. But I haven't been awake for 12 hours. So it's crazy. It'll be a nice sunrise this morning, which we're looking forward to. No music. Cool.
Sorry for this.
We used to play this.
Try choosing.
What time?
Try
super cool. She play Tetris. Super fucking cool. Come on. I have the time to do another, well, 2, 3 more episodes. Let's do 3 more. We'll come back to it later on. Fucking tired. Oh. When do you want to finish this? Because it wasn't great. Milton T. Pike seemed like a solid choice to watch. Discovered him thanks to Kid Boga. Milton T. Pike. Yes, the channel is Milton T. Pike 1 VOD. VOD.
Like maybe the first few people can pick what they are, but after that we start to run out of body parts, and then you just sort of get what you're assigned to. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a sick car. It's even got a spoiler, dude. I'll take a car with a spoiler. Mine now. Okay, I want to be her big toe. Why do you want to be Kiki's big toe? Why do you want to be Kiki's big toe, huh? What do you think is the benefit of that? I call Kiki's discharge. That's not even a body part. What part of the body is that? I want to be her left lip, please. Minor, not major. we can just add more body parts. Now we're talking some real Junji Ito shit. Sorry, folks, we've run out of body parts of Kiki Chanel for you to be, so we're gonna have to start grafting some new body parts onto, okay. Is there, what are the annoying things? Is there a hype train? Mods, can you let me know? We're gonna have to institute some sort of communication system so I know when there's a hype train going on, because I've never once seen it on Chatterino, and I want to celebrate the excitement of a hype train, but I've literally never fucking seen one ever.
I love it. It's Canadian.
I refuse to have more browser windows open because
I'm gonna do my favorite Kid Boga and
like my music licensing.
I promise myself not to listen to Kid Boga though. Not now. Kit. There's no way. Kit. Bo. Milton. Milton. Yes. I haven't listened to Kid Boga at like, holy fuck. It's 6 months. I was starting the 2 other channel.
Can you please explain to me why you're charging me $50?
To cancel it.
Ma'am, we are going to charge you for your computer and typewriter subscription, okay? So you want to cancel the subscription?
Will Neff.
The subscription, you just see me.
Do I need it on my computer? Because if I don't need it, I'm trying to get rid of earthly things. I don't like to keep too much. I live a very simple life.
And you want, I know that now.
Oh, Davis is.
Actually, what happened that the money got deducted is $249. Okay, and this is the confirmation call to the customer. Are you okay? The security system, which is in the customer, or they would like to cancel it out. So you said that you don't want to keep it, right? So you want to cancel, correct, madam?
Right, I don't want to keep it. I would like to give. Could I give it away to somebody who needs it? Could I give it away to maybe a less fortunate soul?
I'm telling you, I'm saying, like, if you would like to split out and claim your refund, okay, then you can still be your computer. So the thing is, are you nearby your computer?
In front of I can try. Yeah, I don't know how much time I have. Like I have someone coming over to the house, but I'll do my best.
Go on and give me you can give me your number. We can call you back.
No, we'll just do it as fast as we can. Okay, as fast as we can.
Okay. Now.
I'm not
Okay.
very good at electronics, and even though I do a lot of the finance in my church, I have to lean on other people. As Ezekiel used to say, lean on me when you're not strong.
Do you have a Google Chrome map? Google.
And this one is gonna sing Blink 182, I Miss You.
Free download and buy now. Free download and buy now.
Download, okay. Okay, at the bottom left it says Alphabet Mix. Okay,
yeah. You need to
Whoa.
Yeah, you need to just open it in the bottom left hand side. You click on it. Give a double click on it, madam. ALPEMIS.
Friday, Saturday.
Okay, I got a message from one of the choir girls in church. Apparently the pastor's on the way to my house. It says, okay, on my computer it says wait connection, ID and password.
You got the ID and password?
Yeah.
Alright. One thing, just simply confirm.
Yeah, I love this. This track is good.
Slowly to me, okay? Because this is the cancellation ID and this is the cancellation password, okay? Just simply confirm me this. What I supposed to do? Tell me. What can I do for you? Like something, right?
Well, if you,
hello?
It's just my pastor at my church is going to come to my house. And I told him I couldn't go to church this morning because of my toenails, which I thought at the time was a good excuse, but now I'm thinking maybe I needed a better excuse. I don't know. I need you to be my new doctor, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You want me to a good doctor for you just for to pretend, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he pulled in my driveway right now. I can see it. I can see his Corvette.
Yeah. Now you can. In our cancellation team, okay? So please do not touch your computer for a moment, okay?
My apologies.
Very shortly, we're gonna give you the cancel form, alright? So please do not touch it.
You know what? Hold on just a minute. I have to let my pastor's at my house. I have to let him in. Hold on just 1 second, okay? Hold on. I'm sorry I didn't go to church.
Mary, what's going on with your toenails, sweetheart?
Now, my toenails are infected, I think, but
Equipment.
Yeah. Listen, I'm on the phone in the other room.
Is it the gout? Is it the gout again?
Well, I have been struggling with gout for a while.
I have.
All right. And we've been praying about it. We've been praying. But I have a doctor on the phone who's helping me. If you want to say.
What's his diagnosis so far?
Here, let me
Can I see
see.
your feet?
Yeah. Well, I could. Why don't we go in the other room? You know. I'll put you on speaker. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
I have you on speakerphone.
It's not really nice.
This is Pastor Stewart. He's over at my house.
Who am I speaking today? Dr. Who?
My name is Jeff, okay? I'm the doctor.
Jeff.
Dr. Jeff. All right, Dr. Jeff. let me tell you
All right, Dr. Jeff.
I love this woman. Mary is integral to our church. I need to know what is going on with her feet and when we're going to get her back in our church, Dr. Jeff. Right, just my
I'm telling you. Usually what happens, sir, that in her toe, she's facing some problem, okay, on her toe. He told me today that like while she's walking in the room, okay, so
It's very painful,
Sorry?
remember, Jeff? It's very painful.
know that, madam, that like it is very painful for you, okay? You got a pain on her feet.
Whoa, beautiful sunrise.
Just like Paul had a thorn in his side, I have a thorn in my feet, I think.
Sir, you
Sir.
Like the lady who's telling to you that she can't go to the church today because Mrs. Mary is facing problem on her toe, okay? Please let her take okay, for today only. You can go for church tomorrow, okay? Is that good?
Well, can I mean, I'm just concerned now. What's your diagnosis? What do you think it is? Is it gout again? She's had gout before.
Sure.
Gout. What do you think it is? Because she's had gout in both her feet. She's got special orthopedic shoes she already wears. Or do you think it's just a gout flare-up, or do you think it's something else?
I think she got something, okay?
Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, I knew it, Mary. You're always eating grapefruit. Too much acidity. Your pH balance is going crazy, Mary. Well, it helps. It gives me energy. And you know that God said we can eat whatever we want.
Me today that she could not able to move from her house, okay? Please let her take rest, okay? So she will be free to tomorrow, okay? She could be fine tomorrow.
Here's what I'll do. I respect doctor-patient confidentiality, okay? I know you have to finish your conversation, and if her feet are hurting her, I'm gonna do some things around the house quickly. She hasn't even brought in her mail yet. She hasn't even gotten her papers yet. That's true. So I'm gonna go do some things around the house. I'm gonna let you wrap up this call, but I need you to heal this woman's feet. I wonder.
Why you not listening? Sir, I'm a doctor.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have to understand my words because she's still patient right now.
Uh-huh.
You have to understand her feelings. See that you love her.
Sure.
Okay. So why you taking her? Why you not letting? Please leave it. Okay. Please leave her at it. Do not.
Dr. Jeff, listen.
Yes,
you're
ma'am,
a
I'm
straight
here.
shooter. You're a straight shooter, and you're a wise guy. And I'm gripping you tight. All right? Because I love Mary. She's important to me. So here's what I'm gonna do. Head out.
Yes,
Head out.
To you, so please.
You fix my Mary though.
What we do today, sir?
You clothe her feet like Jesus clothed the lepers. Okay? You heal her. You lay hands on my Mary. I'll be back, Dr. Jeff. I love you. Mary, you be strong. Thank you. I'm gonna go get you some soup, baby. I'm gonna go get you some soup. Well, and the honey cake. There's actually soup in the kitchen. No, come on. I'm gonna get you. Listen, this is you being pious. This is you being Austin. I'm gonna go get you some fresh split pea from the honey baked ham. All right? I love you. Okay. I'll be back. How long do you think you'll be? How long do you think you'll be? Oh, I mean, probably 30, 40 minutes to get over. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There's one closer. Dr. Jeff, do you think that's enough time to fix everything?
Right. Mrs. Mary, she's saying correct, okay? Just to look correct, because they told her that do not go outside only for today. You can visit to the church for tomorrow, sir, okay? Or you can also pray for the God in your home, because Jesus is watching to you, wherever you are, in your home or you're outside, okay? Please try to understand.
You're right. You're right. Doctor,
Yes.
I'm not a doctor. I'm a man doc. Okay? When it comes to matters in the sky, I'm A number one. When it comes to matter of the corporal flesh, I gotta listen to a professional. I'm out of here. Sorry.
Okay, Pastor Stewart, God bless you. Hello.
All right.
Thank you for it means a lot that you stopped by. Thank you.
Peace be with you. Blessings be with you. And also with you, Dr. Jeff. Thank you so much.
Yes, Doctor.
You're most welcome. Okay, so pretty shortly, I'm gonna give you some information on our company, okay? So, you're supposed to just fill out over there, okay? Just give me a moment.
What's your favorite part of the Bible?
What is my favorite part of the Bible?
Dude, you're gonna be able to like quiz him. You can do whatever.
You're asking about the Bible.
Yes, you said you go to church every Friday. What's your favorite part of the Bible? I should. Pastor Stewart would love this. Two strangers talking together about things above.
Actually, ma'am, I'm telling you the important thing. That it is very shameful for me that I do go for church, okay? But I don't read Bible so many times. I just read not for experience, okay? I just read
For pleasure.
My mom forcing me to read the Bible, okay? Because it is for privilege, correct? So
I guess so.
I'm just doing this for keep my mom's heart. That's it, okay?
Oh, one of those. Okay. Well, maybe we can, once we get this fixed, we can read together.
Sorta hangover episode. Holy shit.
Today, we are making history. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna say to the people, okay? Have you ever heard about the electronical wire transfer?
I don't know a lot about electronics.
Yes, we're having a beautiful sunrise. Holy shit, is it nice? Let's go and film it. Oh my god.
Recently, because of everything that's been going on, has been posting some of his Bible study things on the YouTube.
So I'm gonna explain you what is electronical wire transfer.
Okay, let's see if we can get the...
Alright. Now, what I'm gonna tell you that we're gonna give you the
It's not great. Okay, it's not great, okay.
This is our Bank of America, our bank name. Where you gonna receive the funds?
I could either come up with soup, or I could do
we're gonna
primary
give you the money from the business account, okay?
It's also yeah. And do you have like a sound effect of tires just
I can probably get some. Okay. Now what you're supposed to
don't worry about rushing it.
right now is the
Honestly,
you want the funds.
He's in. Well, like he's talking about the highway out right now. Oh yeah.
Money is
This is
already
like
from
look at that.
where you want your funds back, in your checking or in your savings. The $249.
If I could put it in my checking account.
So then, wait a second. Perks.
With the church in one of my accounts.
Whoa.
You have a joint bank account with the church?
Well, I
You're associated with the church, right?
I work there. Not my checking account, that's my personal account.
That is the personal account, right? Then
Perk.
what joint account you're talking about?
Oh, it's like the account that they pay me for the church with all the church's money. I have access to the church's bank account.
What if he's like, oh, can you log
And
in?
apart from that bank account, have any personal account, like any personal bank, which is belonging to you only?
Yes,
Not
I
from
have my own.
Slack.
That account is the same thing. Say that that account is the same
you have a personal account. So where you go on things.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like my checking account is my own, but the savings account is the church's account because I'm the treasurer. When I log into my Bank of America, it has my personal checking, but it also has the church's savings account, and I have to keep track of it. It's my God-given.
Already answered you, no?
Go ahead and start the refund process, okay, Mary?
Okay.
We're gonna give you the money via electronic transfer, okay? And I'm gonna tell you how you're gonna receive, okay? You just see me that. Do you do online banking?
Well, yes, I have to do online banking because all those filthy millennials don't want to give to the church unless they can do it over the phone.
That is very lovely, okay? It would be very
Nice.
Didn't have a cell phone.
Alright, so like what you can see now.
Wait, is this someone else just pretending to be him? His voice just got way lower.
Do you see my
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am. What you can see.
What happened to your voice? Is everything okay?
Yes.
Did something happen that you're...
No, like, am I breaking up or something, Mary?
No, it sounds like you got a foot closer to hell here.
No. Like, that is me. I just had a word.
Jeff?
Hello? Yes, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, hi, Jeff. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Your voice sounded different for a minute. I was worried.
I am on the line. Okay? I am on the line. I'm not going anywhere. Okay? I'm still with you. I could not leave your hand. Okay?
Okay.
Just tell me. Yes, I'm still with you. Okay? You're talking to me. You're still with
So we're gonna end the stream here. I have to go. I didn't think I was gonna go so early, but the sunrise is just too beautiful. So I'm gonna show you. Enjoy.
This is not. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still with you.
Oh, okay. You're on conference.
Yeah. So now, Mary, I would like to know where you want the money into getting it, right?
Yes, into my personal checking.
Right.
Into my personal checking.
Sheesh. 34 gigs.
Now you do one thing, Mary. On a piece of paper,